uh, sure. You know what?
Yes!
I was gonna say, if it helps her case, technically my character... No, not technically. My character is a master craftsman, so... if she needed the help, like, I could help
My
her
big
work.
bear friend made me tear away armor.
Were you going with armor that's like the melted on stuff too? Or am I misremembering who had it?
Mine's just plate armor. It's armor of gleaming, so it just never gets dirty. It's really just for show because she has her armor tattoo that does the same thing as her regular armor, which is why it's tearaway armor because she doesn't even need it.
It's like, oh, you think
I thought you were talking about your tattoo armor that was going to be tearaway, and I was like,
no, I can't tear off the tattoo. I could, if I really tried and hated myself, I could tear off the tattoo, but I don't.
I could help you tear off that tattoo.
Metal.
What for what?
I was asking if her tattoos were like prison tats, where they're like metal filings.
No, it's gemstone
magic
filings,
ink.
actually.
Oh, not metal. I didn't even know that.
I actually almost took the magical item as a tattoo.
Cool.
I have a lot of tattoos.
I have a question for you guys. Did you guys ever come up with a name for the group? For this one?
The Justice League!
No.
We honestly, we might have to. We don't even really know the personalities of the characters yet.
That's true.
We're
So
still
like,
working that out.
like the reason we ended up being the Mycelia Misfits in the last one was because like mushrooms tended to be the theme. Because I was like, good berry, and it was like, here's a mushroom, like you bite into it and it's like champignon soup, like or like just like.
For now, I will just refer to you guys as the honor guard. Then that is
excellent.
Wait, hold on. Who here? Everyone here has a traumatic backstory of some sort, whether it's trauma inflicted on us or Larkspur, trauma you inflicted upon another. Right?
I mean, not exactly.
At least as far as Rosendor is concerned, Larkspur didn't inflict the trauma.
Listen, you inflict the trauma of abandoning a child.
So
I
my
don't
character.
think mine is traumatic.
My character's not
No.
traumatic at all. He still has his parents.
Is that what defines the traumatic backstory and having parents or not?
I didn't write down my backstory, so I can have whatever I want.
I call
don't got the
poppycock. Like,
soldier
how can you have a
thing.
D&D character who doesn't have some sort of weird... What? How are you doing this? Also, what is everyone's age in the group?
Oh, I know I decided that. What was it?
We
My guy's
already
30
talked
years
about
old.
this.
Yeah, although DM wasn't here,
Correct.
so
I was not here.
I think I was the youngest character in the party.
Yes.
Okay, just quick reminder, because no internet and stuff prevented me from preparing. Okay, Absalom, you are Dragonborn Eldritch Knight, correct?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm like 115.
Oh my gosh, you're so old,
Larkspur,
Grandma.
you are a Bard College of Valor.
I think that's the one I chose at semi-random.
What's your race?
Human.
Okay, cool.
Full human. I guess technically I could have been a half-elf, but it didn't. It wasn't really.
Okay. And Long Shot, you are the gnome. Gnome.
The little guy.
Right?
Yes. No
Little
more.
girl. I guess guy.
Whatever, yeah.
Gender neutral.
Back to the Archfey.
Yeah, Archfey.
Yeah, that's.
Great. All right. And Nora Grobelin.
Nora Grobelin.
Nora Grobelin. It's diagonally.
I was gonna say the exact same thing. Diagonally. Where did it go?
Yeah, I'm just gonna call you Nora.
Nora, for people who don't want to say my whole name.
Nora, you are a...
Nora, you can't use that accent. You're only using it for Gosh.
I'm using a slightly different one for her, okay? You just gotta learn to differentiate.
Yeah, mate.
I can't help it.
What is Nora again? Nora was a
dwarf paladin.
paladin. Cool. And then Prometheus, you are the bugbear.
I'm a
He's a
bugbear
bear
fighter.
friend.
Rogue fighter hybrid.
Rogue
Nasty
fighter hybrid.
shenanigans. I hate your guts. How dare you do that to me?
What
Alright,
what do you
Liz.
mean nasty shenanigans? I think
You know
he's
exactly
pretty.
what I mean.
Look,
Let's
his
sneak
his
attack 12 times in one round. Sounds great.
first off, isn't it great? But also, his AC's only 19. Like, you can't get mad at me.
It's not chronicler AC. That's fair. That's fair.
Just because he
Okay,
gets a plus 12 on his attack sometimes doesn't mean.
That's fair. So, I decided for this evening, I mean, the campaign still is like a horror setting in general, just weird, eerie moods. But, in the light of it being Halloween, and I want, like, the group dynamic to play through, it's kind of one shot, but it's gonna just continue on. Like, the story will continue on, but this is just how you guys all throw it.
You're a little choppy.
Oh, you all
Yeah.
come back now. Awesome.
Oh, he's back, yay!
See if
Mhm.
that helps speed up things.
Okay. So, in light of the Halloween season, and you all froze again. This is I hate this. Okay.
Hate
All right,
is a
I'm just
strong
gonna go
word.
with it. Just message me if you can't hear me. It's a Halloween one shot, but this is just your group figuring out how it's gonna work together.
I like
it'll still
it.
connect into the story, but it isn't like a main part of the story. I thought it'd be something fun, and considering that your group does sense in the story. Exactly. Yes. Let's get. Oh, I forgot one thing. Let's pull it up. I've been out of this for a while, guys. I'm sorry. I didn't come prepared with
It's all
music
good.
because my internet.
So good. Oh yeah, and you can tell the difference between the characters
Maybe.
because Gash has a higher pitched voice. Nora's low and guttural. Especially when she's hitting things with a hammer.
Listen, Nora, we're not just hush up now. We're trying to do missions. We're not hitting things right now. You're not even that good at that.
Oh, are you kidding me? Now, first of all,
Yes, actually, you know what? I've decided
it's
Prometheus.
just to be righted. You
Prometheus
can't just stop
is
me.
super condescending. I've already decided. Listen, I'm taller than you, and I'm smarter. Plus, look how huge these muscles are. I'm absolutely
Is everybody
jacked.
speaking with a British accent this
No.
campaign? Is this what's
No.
happening?
No.
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 Just us, I think.
Phenomenal. I was
Very
so
much
excited
not.
for this. Okay.
I trained
Well-
for many years to gain this accent. How dare you call it simply British? If I speak to my family, I can speak in however I please. Now I'm gonna go make a fine piece of armor.
British.
I love this. This is great.
By the way, Nora Grabellin, you should probably check in D&D Beyond to see if your equipment's actually equipped.
Oh, good idea. Gotta make sure it's all
So that it's actually gonna.
doing its job.
Will be useful.
Does that making it active? Is that the same thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Gonna go
That should do it.
equip my tattoos.
I love your character's
Hey, come on.
avatar, like on your screen.
And then remember
Excellent.
to update it here in Discord.
Yep. Okay, so I clicked it. Is there a way to save it, or is it just gonna stay?
It's gonna stay.
Wait, whose avatar is cool? I want to see.
Yours.
Oh,
Yours.
oh,
Mine.
I didn't have my
Reminds me of where
headphones
the
on.
Wild things are.
I
That's great.
found it online and I really liked it. I was like, this is kind of what I want him to embody.
Okay. I like
It's
it.
good. I like it.
It is to be liked.
Yes.
All right.
What's the mission?
Alright.
Should you choose to accept?
Ooh.
No.
This message
No,
was
it's
This actually also fits in, like, world-wise, because where the last party left off, it was fall time, starting to become winter. So this all just works out so perfectly. I love it. All right, let's do this. Is everybody ready?
yes.
Yes.
So ready.
I don't know what to call you guys.
Don't mind
Who would
me,
you-
I'm just
You
doing
said-
arts and crafts while I wait.
Who does arts and crafts?
Nerd.
Well, we could say
That's
that I'm
supposed to be-
performing maintenance on my crossbow. How's that?
Duct tape does fix everything, so that's fair.
Oh, you don't have your screen on, do you? You haven't seen my crossbow.
I can see you. I just don't have my screen on. Like I'm not showing my face. Oh, it's so cosplay? Question mark?
Totally.
No.
LARP?
I
Isn't that
got-
what they call it? For like the
Okay, maybe not to that level, but still.
okay.
It's fun prop.
Very nice. Is that what your character looks like, Nora? Oh no, that's Larkspur. Never mind.
I was like, what were you talking
No.
about?
I'm going crazy.
Yes, this is
Alright, is
that's Larkspur.
Is everybody updated?
Nora's got her picture as her icon though.
I do, I
Okay.
have
On her profile picture.
profile picture.
Is everybody ready?
Is me.
Yeah?
I'm so ready.
Ready. Checking. Awesome.
I'm pretty sure it's already updated.
You're
there,
clear
so.
to go.
I am clear to go. All sails away. Alright. For you, I don't... To be determined name. It's been a pretty slow year as far as jobs that you've had to go and take care of for the Reclam Empire. Every now and then, there'll be an uprising of rebels or other larger beasts, which the king will politely ask you to go and dispose of quietly. But for the most part, it's been a pretty slow year. Until recently. It seems like for the past 3 to 4 weeks, you guys haven't really gotten much sleep. You have been frantically searching for the strange magical item, which appears randomly throughout different continents, as the king has ordered you to keep a lookout for it and find it. This item has
Many uses.
many uses, yeah. Many uses. Many of which are not known to the king, and he wishes to find out what this is. He has heard rumors and stories from guardsmen and other townsfolk that have petitioned authorities about a group of travelers, miscreants, you call them what you want, that have caused problems and seemingly just disappeared out of sight, reappearing a day later, and then coming in and out. Almost as if they're teleporting, but there has been no sign of any teleportation happening. As you all know, that is very highly regulated throughout the kingdom. So that has been your task for the last couple of weeks, is tracking this down and fighting it. As you have been doing so, you haven't had much success, and you guys have decided that you're going to be heading to its origin spot, to where you believe it's going to be where it first happened or started or was created. You don't know, but you've gotten some more of an area that is pretty suspicious for that, and you're wanting to head there. On your way there, though, by special delivery, you are given a letter from the king that has told you about these mysterious murders in a town not too far away from where you guys are. The city of Nabaranth. It is a quiet farming city just off in the countryside in Reclam. It's been there for almost as long as Reclam has existed, and nothing ever goes wrong in the city. It's very prosperous. It brings a lot of the
Revenue?
Yeah, a lot of revenue, a lot of the food, a lot of the wheat and grain, or like the wheat and corn and all different other sorts of fruits and vegetables to the kingdom. Soil and ground is very fertile. But recently, there have been 3 murders that have occurred. One being that of an elderly man, and then 2 children, all found somewhere in one of the different crops. So this is where it sort of begins. Yes. I know, I have a theme with children, right? Just to see how corrupt and twisted you guys actually are, to see if you're going to kill them or not.
We're good this time.
Yes, I devour the child.
So, no children. Anyway, I've got a letter here from the king. It appeared in my satchel. We need to go solve some murders.
I thought we were on the course of finding these weird misfits around.
Yes, well, we're going to do that again after.
So this is a priority mission then?
Yes, this is...
The king is a priority mission.
Yeah, he wouldn't send me in... Anyway. Yeah, so we're going to go to this little town, and there's been some...
Navarrete.
Oh joy,
Navarrete.
another little town where I can play the mindless beast once again. Great, I love it. Let's do this thing, I guess.
It's okay. We know you're smart.
One of the service of the king, you need not do that, Prometheus. But anyway, let us make hence.
Well, while I've been doing this, I switched the glamour on my armor so I look like a hobo. Just like not a hobo, like Tarzan essentially. I'm just gonna be like, ugh, me bugbear, brr, brr, brr. I'm just gonna kind of sulk, but like that's it.
I laugh at you, and I keep going. Alright, let's go.
Right.
We approach the city. Town.
Town, village, conglomeration of people.
So, as you guys begin making your way to this, it's a smaller, I mean, you could consider it, it's more like a Dorpia, but a little larger than a town.
That means little village.
I know, but like, they're not small in the Netherlands, don't lie.
I mean, they're pretty small. They're like...
Okay, I was in Twente, so they were larger.
First off, that's not large. That just covers a lot of area with a lot of
no, what I'm saying,
farmers.
the Dorpias there were larger.
So we're going to this place where people live in a vicinity.
Yes.
Great.
I mean, people generally live in a vicinity, Nora. That's how living works.
Arguing about where it's cold, let's just go.
Right.
Okay. So is there a local constabulary there?
So as you guys, it takes you several days, sort of off track a little bit further to the east than direction you guys were going, but you guys, after about 2 days journey, make it there. As you begin making your way into the city, immediately, the scenery changes from this lush forest as you exit out into just these open fields. Even though it is later into the season, there are still many crops out, as they've, through different means, figured out how to grow crops year-round to keep food for the entire empire.
Cool.
You begin making your way through. You ascend several hills and curve around, passing hundreds and hundreds of acres of fields.
I just want to point out that during this, I don't travel with the group. I am above the group the entire time. Every time we travel, I take my flying broom, and I have my crossbow at the ready, while I'm also scouting above to make sure we're not taken out by anyone. Because I'm a cautious.
Fly on a broom?
I
Actually,
have a flying broom, yes.
Are you flying over the on the path? Like going over the crops?
And how high?
I'll kind of just like
Yeah.
a zigzagging manner over, like I go over the group and then to the right and then back to the group and to the left, like kind of keep going slowly but steady. That way I can keep an eye on everyone.
I'll have you roll perception for me.
Ah, okay.
Ooh.
Prometheus,
I
I
get the
think
first
you and
roll.
I would perhaps switch off on that roll sometimes as well, because my character is built to do that.
Oh yeah, I just do it from the sky. It's an 18.
As you are flying around,
Well, I mean, in the sky as well.
Can you fly?
Yes.
He can.
I
You can levitate on
show
command.
you the world. Levitating is different. He can't
I
fly.
have boots. I have boots. They
Boots
only
of
last for
flying
so
or
long,
boots of
but I have
levitation?
I can also levitate.
Boots of fly.
Oh, guys, we
I
can
have
all
a
fly.
magical instrument that can
It's
let me catch fly as well.
I can swim.
I'd be
I can
helpful
cast
in this open
levitate on
field.
someone and tow them.
oh, phenomenal. All right, so you rolled an 18. Okay,
You did.
as you are up in the air, looking around, you down below, in the crops, spread out about every 50 to 60 feet. You notice these strange-looking scarecrows. They, as you fly over them, and look closer, you tell that they are of a mechanical nature. Some artificer had done something to make these. They just stand there, sentient, and their top half of their torso is just constantly spinning
That's very
360, looking
Interesting.
around the area. You notice this very strange red or blue light, depending on which scarecrow, protrudes from just this one center eye on this robotic body that heads out to about 50 feet to where it meets the gaze of the other scarecrows as it's turning. You notice as birds and crows fly in, the light that is scanning the area fixates on the birds for a moment before connecting into this one thin laser. Moments later, after it is fixated on it, in a blink of an eye, you see the bird gone, and you look down at the scarecrow as you hear just the sound of blades turning in its mouth, and you see feathers popping out from its mouth.
Oh my, I hope that's intentional.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Just hey, nobody touch the scarecrows. Just nobody, and I'm gonna fly down low and be like, don't touch the scarecrows. Yeah, they eat birds. Apparently, they're very spinny and violent. It looks like.
Oh, do you think you're at risk?
Be behind the murders.
Prometheus, do you think you're at risk in the sky if they see you?
I mean, what are they gonna do?
Could they
Fly up
eat you?
and get me? And I'm just, plus, listen, I'll just beat the shit out of them. I'm quite, good at it.
I don't think we need to do that because they're helping the crops if they're doing their job effectively. So I mean,
They're also inanimate objects. They're also non-sentient beings, and thus they produce no feces. But you're right.
It's true, it's probably their job. Scarecrows. These just go the extra mile. Eat them.
So
As long as it
they're
doesn't eat
efficient.
anything else. Yeah, as long as none of them has got a screw loose.
Now, did we get any information about the murders besides that they happened?
They did happen
Letter.
in fields. So,
Did they say how they
It
happened?
said that's where the bodies were found.
the bodies were found in the fields, so that's what we know.
So,
Murder.
are there any locals in this area?
Roll perception.
Locals?
On.
No,
Or-
everybody's a foreigner here.
Okay, DM, is this visual-based perception?
Yes.
Excellent.
Well, I got an 8, so I only see corn.
Is the party rolling?
I will also roll. Yeah, if everybody's looking around.
This is great corn,
I got
everyone.
a 17.
What? Are you looking at porn again, Nora? Stop that. You're a paladin.
No!
How would your guard feel about this? 28 on perception. What do I see? What do my bugbear eyes behold?
Popcorn popping on the apricot tree.
The farmers are farming the corn.
The bear came over the mountain.
I'm shocked!
See what you can
As
see.
you guys are looking around, okay, Absalom, yeah, everybody except Nora, as you're sort of shorter, can't really see over the crops. As you walk
I don't know how I...
and you, dude, I assume that you're using your blutes to just sort of fly in the air.
You're standing on my shoulders.
A little hop.
You got a box. You, as you guys are patrolling and you've gotten up to the hill and looking down, you can now, in the distance, see this small city town. And you do notice that there are several small paths leading out into the different pastures and crops. You do see people heading in and out with wagons that are full, and then heading in with empty wagons. Prometheus, as you look around, you do notice that people are able to come into proximity with these scarecrows. The scarecrow fixates on them for a second, as you notice that light just sort of scanning over them before it continues on its way. And then another bird will come in, and then same thing. This just quick shot of a rope will reach out, latch on, and pull it into its mouth, disposing of the crow.
Interesting.
I don't see a thing. Are there any people around here?
Yes, there's a town down there. I think we should go and talk to the guard because they should have an idea. And if we're on business of the king, of course they'll be able to tell us.
Yes. Alright, let's go see what they know about the murders.
Ah, yes. Since we were flying, I was in my traditional flying outfit. A black robe with a pointed hat with a wide brim to keep the rain off my face. But since we're going down into the town, I changed my outfit into something that makes it look like I kind of have shackles on. That way, they think I'm docile.
A pet.
I will stand near Prometheus and act
Hold
like
his
a
leash.
handler.
I will do my best to act good.
Alright, let's go!
Well behaved.
As you begin
Yes.
descending down the path, as you begin passing some of these smaller paths, you see some of the farmers look up. You hear little whisperings. You hear honor guard. What are they doing here? As you all do carry an insignia.
Yeah.
The king's honor guard.
We're here to protect you.
I'd like to make little bows to everyone.
Yeah.
They sort of skulk back in to the fields, confused why you're here. But you begin reaching the outskirts of the town, as there are several guards at the gate who halt you, not recognizing you at first.
At first.
They eye you up and down, not saying anything, and bow their head as you get draw closer, recognizing the insignia, and let you pass. As you pass into the city, you do hear them whispering, "Why do they? What is that beast? Why do the honor? Was he the one responsible for the murders? Did they finally catch him?"
I want to very dramatically, but in the most douchey and condescending way possible, go, "Oh yes, it is me. I am responsible for all these horrible murders, and that is why I am a member of the Honor Guard.
No.
You filthy
You
peasants."
changed your outfit. You don't have the symbol on you, man.
Oh no, it's always on me. I just look like it's on the shackles.
Oh, it's on. Well, but that could be taken for.
Listen, I'm very proud. I'm very proud of
He's
this
not
symbol.
the murderer. He's not the murderer.
Though,
I'm an
He's not
artiste.
dangerous.
I would never
He's
murder
safe.
anyone.
He's a good boy.
With shackles on.
He's a good boy. Just ignore. Let's go. We need whoever's in charge here.
The guards sort of look at you.
In
eyeing you up and
Dwarvish, I'm
down
just
and-
gonna be like, "How dare you, Nora? Like, don't call me. I'm not an animal."
I didn't hear anything you just
What
said.
was that?
I saw mouth moving and then there was no voice.
Is this better?
Yeah.
Oh yes,
Yes.
it's way better.
I said you picked your own outfit. I've got to work with what I've got, okay? Maybe wear clothes next time instead of shackles.
Fine, fine. And with that, I turn it into a very formal kimono.
There.
But the
See?
entirety of the back is the symbol of, our symbol thing, whatever it may turn out to look like.
He's with us.
They nod. Alright.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Ling Shot will turn to the guard and ask for directions to local law enforcement.
Well, we're right here.
I mean,
So
Are you the one
Lean.
in
Lin,
charge?
they are
Oh.
gods. That's kind of their job.
What can you tell us about these murders? Because we are here for that.
We're here to help.
Well, we're glad to hear that. We did hear word that the king was sounding someone. We weren't sure. And
The best.
not expect it to be you, of all people, but we do appreciate you coming.
It is also unexpected on our end. Now, what can you tell us?
These murders, they came out of nowhere 3 days ago. One, other than 2 nights ago. The first was the old man. We didn't find him, but there was a strange sound. Whoever made that.
Does this old man have a name?
I don't know the details. You're gonna have to go talk with the captain about that. But
Let's go talk to the captain then.
Yes, just bring us to him
oh.
then. If he has
Yeah.
the information, that's
That's
kind of
really who we're looking
necessary.
for. No offense.
You know, we need to find out if there's motive and whatever else, or if these are just random spree
A
killers.
connection between the murder victims or whatever.
okay.
I will.
Well, we can't leave our post.
Just point us in the right direction.
just point us in the
possibly on the
direction.
loose. One of the guards points off towards the center of the town. He'll most likely be there somewhere.
Noted.
Well, alrighty
Not
then.
somewhere, but
Thank you very much.
probably at the councilman's chambers discussing what can be done.
And I'll just
Thank you.
I'll bow to him and lead the group towards that direction.
Let's go.
They'll
Probably do a little
salute you.
flourish as well.
I just walk away.
And I walk away.
As you begin progressing through the streets, fairly direct path to the center of the town, towards where the councilman's chamber would be at the city hall. You're a very distinct looking group of individuals. You mostly in this town see human. It's mostly human. There are some elves and half elves with the occasional dwarf mingled within, but your group definitely is getting some looks as you continue through. At first, people start speaking softly, but then they recognize and notice the symbol before they bow politely, sort of stepping out of the way, clearing a path for you. As you continue.
As Absalom is leading the group, I would like to keep an eye out for any tails.
Okay, roll perception for me.
Fun fact, I do not have a tail.
Neither do I.
Natural 20 for 22.
I also don't have a tail.
As you begin walking down the streets, people have cleared off to the sides now, leaving it completely open. You glance over your shoulder to look, just what's what I'm looking for?
Security
Not
conscious.
Right. And out of the corner of your eye, you see this strange small shadow rush across the building and into one of the maze. Doesn't appear like anybody else has noticed it, but it is no longer where it's there.
I will make a note of
It
that.
wasn't quite a human shadow. It was just like a little ball.
Little ball. Okay. Noted. And I will
Yeah, like Karibu, definitely.
Little.
I don't think it's anything serious, so I will not inform the party. But I'm just keeping my eye out in general, and I will have noted that.
Okay.
I'm keeping my eye out specifically for the guard captain.
All right. Continue walking. You've now reached the center of this city. You notice there's many different, it's almost like a farmer's market at the center of the city, where people are trying to sell off their own crops to make what other little extra profit they can. Off to the side, you notice that as people are paying more heed to you now, and respectfully moving out of their way. Some are pulling their carts full of fruits and vegetables out of the way. You and Absalom, because you're at the beginning, notice that there's a couple children off to the side. They look pretty worn down, rugged. They look around, noticing that no one is quite paying attention to them, and they take a couple pieces of fruit before running off into the crowd.
How many kids are there?
There were two.
There's
There's lots of two that you saw, but there's lots of kids throughout this.
I want to go. Did the merchant who they stole from notice?
No, he was paying
Did you
attention
what
to you.
someone stole?
I want to quietly. Well, I guess we can't really do it super inconspicuously, but I just want to walk up to him and just give him was it just a couple fruits that they stole?
Yeah.
I want to give him how much? I want to give him some money.
Give him a
And
silver.
Notify him
Just be
first.
like, good looking stand. Here's some money for.
No, I'm gonna
that.
tell him. Some kids took some goods, and I will pay for them. I want to give them.
Wait,
10 silver.
Are you trying to be quiet about this whole children are stealing things?
I would say that really quietly, but I know people are looking at me. I just kind of want to whisper it in his ear.
Okay, roll stealth for me.
I'm looking for the captain of the guard.
I got a natural one.
He sneezes while saying it, so shouts it. My passive perception of 20.
This man sort of starts shaking with you in his presence. You're sort of an intimidating looking guy, anyways. But now that you
Dragonborn.
what you look like and who you are, he's just. As you walk up, is there anything I can do for you? Fruit. I have lots of fruit. I promise I haven't done anything wrong. It wasn't me.
No, of course. There were just some children who I noticed pilfered some of your goods, so
What?
I'm paying for them. I'll just,
Absalom? Where are the thieves?
And I just want to look at him and just kind of narrow my eyes and just pat the guy on the shoulder after giving him the silver and just keep walking.
We will stop these thieves. They'll grow up to be horrible people.
It's like, those rascals have been terrorizing this market for who knows how long, for years.
Where
do
they hide?
I'd say I just not know. I don't have better things to do than track down children.
Prometheus, calm down. We are here for other reasons.
Let's find the captain of the guard.
But
The troublemakers, those two. Watch out. Make sure you keep an eye on your point curses.
Yep.
fine.
And then I'll keep
Fine.
looking out for the captain of the guard.
I'm going to look for any children and then give up if I don't see them in the first 5 minutes and go back to looking for the captain of the guard.
Roll perception for me.
27.
Looking around, intently wanting to find these two children.
Children
Up
with
in an
fruits.
alleyway, sort of to the northeast. You notice two little children run behind. You can hear, even over the commotion, because you're paying attention, you hear some laughter coming up from that way, as most people have become quite silent, knowing that you are now here.
I make a note of it, and then I say, I found the thieves, and then I just keep going towards the guard person.
Good for you.
I mean, you guys think I should totally be able to scare. Larkspur, will you teach me how to act? I think I could make these children think I would eat them.
Why are you so obsessed with the children?
Because if they grow up acting like thieves, no one will ever respect them. They will be outcast and they will be shunned, and that is not a life they want to live. You can see he's kind of shaking, like he doesn't want these little children to grow up with a horrible life like he did, treated like monsters and criminals.
Aww, that's very sweet. We'll find them after.
Did you just pet me, Nora?
I didn't pet you. I petted you. I do it to other people too.
Other farmers and locals in the area whispering, "This is the honor guard."
And I just I want to look one of them dead in the eye, and I just want to say, I mean, would you like to see us fight?
We're real good at that.
And then I want to smile. Can I roll with my strength modifier instead of charisma?
No, but I'll let you roll with advantage.
I was helping him. I did my 2 cents.
12. I'm not very charismatic.
You see, there's a couple people that step back and shy away, but there's this one cocky old fella that steps up and sort of spits at the ground and looks at you.
Excuse me, did you just spit at us?
I want to smile at him and just keep looking for the guard. Like a genuine, just like happy, like a little smile.
You see guards walking around, but you don't see anyone that would signify the captain.
I just want you to know that had that been rolled as strength, I would have made him shit himself.
I want to.
Spat at me.
I want to pull aside one of the guards and just be like, "Excuse me, could you point me in the direction of the captain, please?"
I'm not sure where he is. It's likely the city hall.
And where would that be?
Points at a building that's just on the outskirt of the this farmers market type area.
Great.
Thank you. And I will start heading that direction.
Same.
I'm going that way too.
As you start walking, he pulls you in quickly. Is this about the murders?
Yes, do you have information for us?
No. We just... Entire city's been on edge. We haven't had something like this happen in hundreds of years. At least 200 that I know of.
I want to say that's very impressive. You must do a good job.
What can you tell us about the victims?
You ask the captain about that. He'll have more information.
Damn it! Where the fuck is this captain?
I just know.
He just told us.
Why do we keep stopping?
I just know that that poor man. He was very smart. And
seriously, we keep going towards him and other people get in the way.
You also keep interrupting the guard.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. I'm below you. I fully understand this. If you have something to say, please just say it. But that's... I mean, the kids can't say much for them. I think they were just outsiders. Street urchins.
So smart people and outsiders are the victims. Great. I'm going to love it here.
Okay. It is quite a nice city. Yeah. Go talk with the captain.
Thank you for your help and your service.
You're welcome. If you find anything, if I can help in any way, please let me know.
We will let you know.
I knew that man. He was a good man.
What was his profession?
He was one of the artificers, actually, that helped design the scarecrows out there that have actually increased our...
That's good to know. You've been the first helpful person in this entire town.
Oh, well, that's the least I can do for someone some people, he looks like he doesn't know what he's trying to say. Can't get the words.
Listen,
We
buddy,
appreciate
we're not
it.
actually
Pat him
that
on the
good.
shoulder.
We just stumble into everything, really. Just try and just do your best, and you'll succeed. It's great. Trust me, it's so amazing. And I'm just like, all right, let's go.
Okay.
He's like stops. He's like trying to motion for you to stop, but he realizes as you guys are leaving, he's like, it's of no avail. And just goes back to pulling the.
He's like, wait, stop, high-ranking officials, and we're just all like, we can kill you. Stop, get it out of the way. I don't want to kill you.
Let's finally get to the captain now.
You make your way across the farmer's market. People still pulling the carts out, even though there's a path. They move them out of the way for you as you just spearhead your way through the center of this market.
That's alright, you don't need to move your whole stand. It's okay. We can walk like people.
I mean, I can fly, and I, have my broom come down,
That's
and I just,
true.
grab hold, and it brings me up a little bit, and I go, ta-da!
You hear some of the children, giggle and clap and laugh.
And I'm like, you want to see a cool trick?
Several more children are now gathered around you, looking at you. Just bright-eyed.
Yeah, do a trick.
I
curious as to, what you actually are, but they're just like, oh.
Do I hear them whispering about what I am?
No, they're just you can just tell it, in their face. They're
I just look at them and I go,
You're
I just
something
forgot
new.
to shave this morning. That's all it is.
My daddy told me that people can get really hairy sometimes.
Yeah, I know.
Are you
Look at
one of
this.
those
It's
werewolf things
true.
out there in the
I've-
forest?
No, I
No.
actually might have a slight allergy to dogs, so I'm very glad I'm not a werewolf. I'm a little too short. I'm only 6 feet. There's no way I'd be a werewolf. They're much bigger, and I'm not
Yeah.
allergic to silver, so
You hear
that's
some
fine.
kids saying, yeah, my daddy killed a werewolf. It was 20 feet tall. Kids begin, arguing back and forth. No, it wasn't. Yes, it was. Some of them are still just looking at you.
Well,
And amazing.
sweet. Do you kids know where the captain of the guard is?
He's in town hall, that's where we're going.
You should race us to the town hall. I will chase you. It'll look great for everyone in town.
Is it Prometheus? I just want to snap my head around and just stare at him and just kind of growl a little
I
bit.
want to
I
pointedly
leave. I just
ignore
walked to
him.
City Hall. I'm ignoring this mess now.
Now see some of the parents coming and start gathering their kids, apologizing to you, saying, sorry for the interruption. You must be very, very busy. Come here now, children. Let's go. And begin taking them away.
And I just go, no, wait, we were having fun. Alright, let's go.
Never mind. I walked away. I can't talk to you now. Hope none of those kids get murdered.
I mean, that would... But why are you... No, it's not funny. Don't joke about children being murdered. Who would even murder a child? That's a horrible
Obviously,
thought.
something around here murders children. 2 more to got killed.
Listen,
Gotta find it.
these jokes make it almost sound like you would belong to that group of misfits with
It's not
the weird
joking.
magic item.
This is not a joke. I'm just speaking. It's just my voice.
As you guys are sitting here having this argument, I almost called you guys the original names. Nor you sort of feel a tap on your shoulder as you turn
Who?
around and see one of the guardsmen, and he bows his head respectfully, pointing. The captain is, and he sort of motions as you see that the captain is walking out, looking at all of you, seeing that you're here.
Oh, good. Great.
Speaking loudly as you guys are within earshot. I had received word that the king had sent you. Was not expecting you, but you are much appreciated.
It was
Please.
unexpected for us as well. Do you have a location where we could talk
Of course.
freely without worrying everyone?
Come to my quarters. There.
Good.
Good idea.
And he just walks away off to another building.
I will follow closely.
Yeah, while we're following him, I'm going to turn to Nora and say, Nora, would you mind taking down notes of what he says? It's so far we have what seems it may be important. The first victim is always the most important. They killed the artificer. Now that seems like there
I pull
might
out
be
a piece of paper
reason
from my
for this.
satchel and I start writing.
I've watched way too much
Artificer
Criminal
dead.
Minds, guys. I'm going to be so good at this.
quarters yet?
You
We're there.
begin walking.
Walking.
You get there. I'm gonna have ling shot, not long shot. Sorry, ling shot. Please roll another perception for me.
Visual again?
Yep,
Just checking because I have a thingy.
you're good. I'll let you know if it's something otherwise.
14.
Okay,
Felt
You
like I
guys-
have the best wisdom score, but
it's okay. You guys make your way over to the building which the captain had walked into. He hadn't said anything else to you as you make your way there. Ling, you sort of scope out, just making sure everything's okay. Don't notice anything and continue into the building. The building from the outside looks like a pretty standard brick house. But inside, as you walk in the door, there's just this one room. There's no stairs. What you would think, looking from the outside, as you do see windows on the second floor. And it appears actually quite small for a captain's quarters, in all honesty. He waits until all of you enter in, and then shuts the door behind you all. Did anybody follow you? Are we secure? Are we safe?
I mean,
I think so.
other than running into a gaggle of kids, there was a small shadow that I saw, but
Yeah, as most shadows are found throughout the day. I'm sure it was not.
yes.
I think we're good. I'm ready to take notes.
He looks around,
perfect.
and you notice him walk over to one of the walls and pushes one of the bricks in.
Ooh.
A stairwell off to the side begins to go down into the basement as he motions for you to all walk that way. You descend into this basement where you come to this much larger room. The stones seem to be just they're much more intricate, almost smooth at this point down here. Down as you enter down, you can now see your breath as you head down, and you notice that there are these two long tables at the center of the room, each with a white cloth draped over them. One of them appears to have a body underneath it, the size of a full-grown man, and the other table has the outline of two small children.
I just want to say, I take it that these are the victims.
Yes.
Oh, good. Otherwise, we would have had to arrest you.
Yeah.
That was a joke.
All right.
How old do the children look?
He walks over and pulls the drape over their heads, and they appear to be 8 or 9 years old.
Both of them.
Yes. Looking at them, you notice that they have very similar facial features and structures. One is a young boy, one's a young girl. Either siblings or twins, probably.
They are human, correct?
Yes, looking at them, they are human.
I want to ask the captain, is there any relation to, I take it this is the artificer who passed away? And I point to the larger body.
Yes, yes it is. He was a good man. Many of the townsfolk knew him, and he has brought much prosperity here with his inventions.
Where
Do you
did...
know-
But were the children
sure.
related to him?
Yeah, do you know if he had any connection with the children?
Not that we are aware of.
Hmm.
From what we've been able to figure out, these children just street urchins stealing produce here and there.
I would
Hmm.
like to look and see if there's a resemblance in like the old man's face in any of the kids.
Alright, roll insight for me. No, investigation.
By the way, I already
Nat
rolled
20.
for that. Oh,
Oh,
nice.
well, I got that funny.
Yeah, I rolled to check and see if there's any similarities in the wound patterns.
Oh, you did?
I got a 23.
Okay, we got a 23. So
Yeah,
we both rolled high enough.
Yeah, as you're both observing him, there seems to be no resemblance to them.
Did this artificer have any known enemies?
Not that I know of. She was beloved by everyone in the city.
How?
Competition?
I walk over to see if I can.
There were probably other artificers jealous that he came up with what was happening first, but I mean, everybody in this town has been so friendly to each other. I don't see why they would start now. These dimensions have been here for 50 plus years.
And plus, I'd imagine that if they wanted to do their own adventures, they could go to another town. I don't think that would be really a big deal.
Yeah.
What
I'll
is?
walk over so I can see if I can identify how they were killed.
Yeah, that's what I was about to
Alright.
ask.
I'm gonna
Like, how, can we see
investigate a
how they
bit.
were killed? Like stabbing, bludgeoning, like
Does it look
both,
like an animal attack?
magic.
Roll another investigation.
And I think Prometheus is asking the captain as well while she's looking at the bodies.
I got a nat 20.
I'm asking
Natural
while I
investigation.
roll. I got a 21.
We're just like
Natural
looking at these
20.
I
people,
only
so
rolled a
it's
9, so I only got a 21.
Alright. You guys are all rolling so well this time. It's
No.
very nice.
I just have a really high wisdom or
Yes,
intelligence.
well.
I rolled really well.
Hey,
I also rolled really well.
Okay. So did Larkspur.
This is why
Rolled really well also.
we're so smart.
Yes.
We are the
You guys
investigators.
are
at first.
literally criminal minds. This is what you do.
I'm so happy.
okay.
I'm Dr. Spencer Reed, but buff.
As you all start, who do you wish to start with?
for looking at?
The artificer
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah, the
Probably
old
the
man
old man.
probably.
The children for me. I'm looking at the kids.
Okay.
Pedophile.
Mostly because of the crowd by the old man.
She's just too short
you
to reach the
notice-
other bodies.
You notice that there is this long laceration against his chest. It's a very clean cut. Goes in pretty deep. The captain walks over to you, takes out some papers and hands them to you. We've had all the clerics. We've even had the occasional necromancer come and try and figure out what was the cause of death for him. They
When he
say
says-
that
When he says necromancer, I just want to raise an eyebrow.
I know it's unorthodox, but sometimes strange things require strange answers.
Did this
The clerics-
necromancer have a vest full of faces?
I don't think you would know about that at this point, but
Yeah.
No,
I mean, it was
the
in the
captain looks at
jail.
you. No.
It's true.
Good.
Oh, a different necromancer then.
It looks like, this was most likely a stab. You said it was like a laceration, right? Like how long?
Yeah. Oh, it's a good 1.5 feet, going from one side of his clavicle all the way down to the bottom of his ribcage on the
So,
opposite
so
end.
it starts like shoulder and goes down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. It looks like he was attacked, slashed, one good clean hit with most likely a short sword or
Mhm.
a sword of some decent length. Nothing like his great sword, but something a little bit heftier than my rapier.
like,
Yes.
and I pull out my longsword, maybe like this.
Does it look like there's any defensive wounds, like held up his arms or anything, or is it just the one
You
slash?
guys rolled so well. This is really good. Looking at it, though, you do notice that it sort of curves around to his back. Not looking anything like a longsword would have done. Something more like a scimitar or a scythe.
So that
Like a
that could mean that the
scythe.
person was behind him. If it's curved, he could reach around to the
Correct.
front and pull all the way back around to the back.
I have a question about the
So he's
constructs,
surprised.
these automatons he created. Do any of them use scythes? Or are they all internal bird-eating style like we saw on the way into town?
As far as I know, I would go talk to the other artificers in the city. But
There's more artificers.
Of course, yes. There's. It's practically a guild by now. But they're constantly trying to improve.
Does he have any apprentices?
Apprentices? No, I don't believe it's just a group of older men that gathered together.
Does he have a workshop or a home that was just his?
We have searched it, and nothing seemed misplaced. Stolen,
would you mind if we searched it?
Oh, well, I don't have much say in that, do I? But of course you can.
I mean, it's polite for us to ask anyways. This is your town.
Appreciate that.
City, whatever it is. But, yes,
What about the
it's
children?
we would like to work with you.
I'm investigating the children this whole time. I've been looking at them.
So
what have I found out?
Yes, we would just like you to remember, Captain, that we're not here to usurp your investigation, merely to assist.
The king trusts that with the long history of peace in this town that you've been doing well, and that he assumes that there's something very much out of the ordinary.
Yes.
And as you said before, strange times call for strange measures.
Like me.
This is true. That's what I was trying to get to before. The clerks deemed that he did not die of exsanguination, actually.
Wait, what?
He then goes and pulls up the eyelids of the old man, which they look like they're just completely black. It looks as if there's this deep, dark shadow around his eyes, like as if someone had taken charcoal and painted around it, but it's there permanently.
Definitely magic. Yes. That's as much about magic as I know. Is his black eyes like that? He's magicked to death. Yes.
I know a little bit more about magic. I practice it a little bit by myself. Are there no other marks other than just this laceration, though?
Nope, no others. And
cursed weapon, you think?
As you've been looking at the children, Nora, as you pull this up, you pull up the children's eyelids. Same thing. Just.
I shut their eyes again quickly.
Do they have the same? Do they have the same lacerations though?
Yeah,
they don't have anything else on them besides that.
Oh.
They've not got a mark on them, just the eyes. I already verified it. We don't need to open their eyes again.
Did you perform a rape kit? What did the Emmy say? Drug test?
So then yes, I believe that also rules out enchanted weapon, because I do know there are that can suck life and whatnot.
That's fair.
But these kids weren't hit with anything.
Yes.
Except, well, some that doesn't leave a mark.
Nora, you're magic-y. Do you know what could have done this? Your god is useless to me.
Let me think really hard. Should I make an intelligence check?
Arcana.
Arcana? Check.
And
no.
I might do one too.
Yeah, you
have no idea.
I'm gonna think really hard about Arcana.
With you get your powers more from radiant holy energy from your god.
It's not
magic.
It's not a holy thing, so you know.
I'm literally just gonna go yes.
Yes. On the other hand, you do know there are certain magics out in the world that do drain the life force of the people. It is mostly found in necromancy. It's the school of magic that this comes from.
So what you're telling me is that necromancer the town hired actually is the one who killed this man. Right? That's how magic works.
So it was a necromancer?
Someone who could practice necromantic magic.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this looks like necromancy.
What?
So where's that necromancer you had take a look at these people? Is he still around? Or she?
Of course. Yes, the investigation is still open. We have asked for.
I draw my warhammer.
We're gonna need to talk to that necromancer.
But of course, we have several of the other artificers and the family members of Grayson, and he points over to the old man. sitting in the city hall. That is where we're conducting our investigation right now.
I go,
And the necromancer's there?
was there
Yes.
anything on the artificer's body?
That was another one of the strange things. He contained all of his as far as we know. Through our investigation, no one had seen him for the better half of the evening, but he appeared to have everything on his personage. There was nothing that had been taken or was thrown away.
All right.
So the only thing that was robbed of him was his leg.
Yes, there were several sets of tools found next to him as the captain walks over to the wall, pressing another stone as the wall sort of shifts and pulls out this case and sets it on another table out there.
My hands
I'm
twitch a
pulling it.
little bit because I'm a craftsman and I really want to see these tools. I go over to the
Absalom
tools.
is also impressed by like the hidden stuff. He's like, "This is good tax money."
I like it.
Oh, I like it.
Looking at their very much tinker's tools, some screwdrivers, screws, and
Yes.
wrenches and whatnot. There's a small red orb that seems to be pulsating, just this energy, just a little bit. It looks like it's becoming what's the word I'm looking for?
Dim?
Dim. Looks like a lot of its power energy is starting to drain, but it's there.
So hear me
Does
out
it
on
look
this.
like the same kind of thing that the lights were in the lights in the scarecrows?
Yes.
So
What is that?
So hear me out on this. If he had his tools and he has this dim orb, it sounds like to me he went out into the field to fix a scarecrow, fixed the scarecrow, and on his way back was killed.
That is the leading theory right now, but by who we do not know.
Can we take these tools in this orb for now? And should we split up, party? I would like to investigate his home, see if we can find any clues, and I guess anyone who's willing to come with me, I would appreciate. But
You're gonna come
otherwise,
question the necromancer.
yeah. Well, I don't know if we should question the necromancer per se. What if instead we look at the areas where the bodies were found, and
Yes, I would
perhaps
be
find
interested in
other
that.
things? So I would like to search his home, see if I can find any clues as to why he was killed, or whether or not this was random or not.
Would you like backup?
Uh, yes, but see, as much as I would appreciate your assistance, Absalom, we must also remember everyone else in this group is rather weak compared to
Excuse
us.
you.
Listen,
Okay,
and I just like flex my muscles a little bit. I'm just like, listen,
your muscles are teeny.
my muscles are huge. They look gigantic as far as you know. Shut up.
I'm all natural, and yours is magic. Yours just looks like it's normal.
You're always just irritated because somehow I'm just slightly better at the gym.
Why you're so strong?
You're just like, I hate you, Terry Crews lookalike.
I have the natural muscles. You have the magic enhancement.
Damn right.
Here's the
I
blow-up
can
arms.
body slam people and they go down.
I can punch people and they die.
I haven't tried that yet.
As these guys are having this conversation, the captain walks up to you, Larkspur, and says, you also have all resources, any of my guardsmen that you need. I give you full permission to use in any way necessary.
So
Please figure this out quickly.
So Prometheus, hear me
All
out.
right.
If Nora is going into the middle of town, to the town center, to question one man that's in view of everyone, I don't think they need too much help. And plus, Nora is quite strong herself, and I think if two of us go to this out of the way, possibly place, that we could possibly run into more trouble. So I think I
That's-
should accompany you.
That's fair. Maybe I'm just paranoid because you and I are both monsters in the eyes of most people.
I just want to flex a little bit, like.
I don't even notice, but like, you know, I'm slightly flexing anyways because I'm bigger than him. There we go.
No, actually, I'm bigger. I'm 6'5" and like 280 pounds.
Oh, you're taller than me by a lot, but I'm just
Someone
buff.
remind me what the artificer's name was that died. What was his name again?
His name is
Grayson. Grayson. Okay, good.
And
Okay.
Nora, you could also possibly look into these kids a bit because we know quite a bit about this artificer.
Right, I don't know who these kids are.
They're hobos. Hobo
If we
children.
Is they all orphans?
You know
probably?
what? You know what? I bet I know how we could find out about them.
We're gonna ask those other kids.
Those two
Yeah.
thieving bastards from earlier.
Captain looks at you. You found more of them?
Don't worry, I paid for their goods.
And I just want to look over and I go, yes, where do the little children who do not have families, where do they stay?
They tend to stay close to the city center. Abandoned buildings,
Also, excuse me for just. I'm just gonna use that.
alleyways,
I'll be right back.
different sections of the city. They tend to clump together.
Little street
Right.
gangs.
We've tried relocating them into different families who would be willing to take them, but they little
Little free spirited.
devious. Yes, that's a
Mm.
good way of putting it.
I recommend putting them in some sort of program. Maybe apprentice them to people. Give them a focus for their life. Troubled youth often do well with things like that. I'm now a master craftsman, and I was
Yes.
once I wasn't really a troubled youth. I was just
Even
bullied
troubled
lots.
cub.
Okay. I'll bring that up to the Grand Council.
Anyway.
And we'll see what we can do about them.
So yeah, I'm gonna go question this necromancer, and then we'll talk to some of those kids. While you, our big scary boys, are gonna go look at his house, I guess.
Yes,
I was gonna go look at the house.
Oh,
too.
you're going to the house too.
Absalom, don't forget to put on your balaclava. It looks like it's a little nippy outside. We should both put on our ski masks.
So, Lingshot, you're coming with me to question people.
Yes, I can do that.
Good. Perfect.
Right.
For a minute, I was like, who's this seventh person? It is Rhythm, so never mind.
Rhythm, come with us.
Who did I forget?
Absalom is offended by the idea of looking like a robber.
That was the whole joke.
But is that what robbers wear in this plane of
They wear mask-like
existence?
stuff.
I don't even know if skiing is
Yeah.
a thing here.
Probably not.
Or too far south.
Yeah, too far south.
And they've got
And
like
plus-
fields, so not necessarily gonna be like lots of hills.
All right.
Maybe sledding.
Yes, much sledding is not in the winter.
Would you have a guard lead Absalom and I to the artificer's house, and then afterwards we will meet. Yes, we should probably figure that out. Where will we all meet after, I don't know, an hour or two
what time?
of research?
We could meet at the crime zone, the field.
Why do we not meet at the crime scene in case whoever gets there first could get ambushed by the killer? Maybe we should meet back here where the captain of the guard is based. Seems like.
Yes.
probably.
Okay.
Laid out the
Strategic
information.
plan.
Just come back here, yeah. Okay.
Yes.
This is a good
If-
idea.
I will.
May I
will still be
borrow
here.
some stationery, Nora?
Yes, but I don't have a pen you can borrow.
I will write in the blood of. It's like, no, I have a pen. It's fine. Thank you.
How much time? When should we meet back? Like, if we're not done with our investigation, should we just call it and come back here?
I
2
would say,
hours?
given travel, 2 hours may be a bit much.
It's not that big of a city.
Maybe just an hour.
Just an
Okay.
hour.
Just-
would
Or maybe
probably
back
be-
here.
The city hall right next door to where you guys are, and then
Gotcha.
yeah, it's not that
Then maybe 30
Like-
minutes. And then
And
if
how
we
far
can,
away is the house?
you don't know that.
Yeah, so let's give it an hour and a half-ish, and so you guys can investigate the house enough. Because we'll talk to the necromancer, and then we'll need a little time to get in with the kids.
okay, and if one of us
So-
doesn't report back, then we'll go back to where you guys were supposed to be, or vice versa.
Yeah.
How much
Sounds
do
good.
you weigh, Absalom?
280.
Yeesh. But that's fine. That means we're just at the thing. So we can both be on my broom and it'll take us 50 feet.
No Larkspur's coming with you.
I could cast
Wait,
Reduce
who?
on myself.
Larkspur is coming with you.
Yeah, Larkspur's coming with you too. She doesn't want to
okay.
talk to kids with us.
What, Larkspur? I feel like you'd be a great motherly figure. I mean, you're a bard, you guys are good at singing and people and talking and
The
stuff.
children's story.
She's good with people, not kids.
Isn't that the same thing? You're all fleshy,
Absolutely not.
bald things.
But she could entertain him with song.
My songs are not always for kids.
I hate to interrupt, but
Oh?
I feel like this is time sensitive. If we don't mind.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Let's
Off we
get on
go.
with
Let's go.
I guess we're going. Alright, Larkspur.
As you guys begin ascending the stairs, the captain shouts up, saying, "I'll remain here.
Okay.
Continue looking over the evidence and see if I can put anything together."
Thank you.
Right. So, we will make our way to
Downtown.
the investigation crew. As you guys walk out, the captain
Split up.
walks out with you, grabs another guard, and has him lead you guys to where Grayson's house was. Absalom. I'm losing you guys' names. Larkspur and Prometheus, you guys begin walking with him down the road, and Lingshot and Nora, you guys just make your way over to the city hall. People continue. Why did Rhythm stop? Is it finished already? Sorry,
Good.
I like my music. It adds mood.
Yeah, there's nothing playing.
Okay.
I think you can do like a loop.
I could have. I forgot. I didn't.
That's all good.
It's fine. Alright. Yeah, Lingshots and Nora, you two make your way just the 20-25 feet to the city hall, entering in. People, as you walk out again, begin to become quiet and not say anything. Lingshot, make another perception roll for me.
Perception. Seriously, guys, I need up my wisdom. This is gonna be super worth it. But hey. Oh. Okay. Natural 20 for 22.
Okay. As you walk in to the city hall, and the door starts shutting behind you, look behind you one more time. This time you see another shadow, just across the street. Humanoid-ish in form, a little distorted. As soon as you make eye contact or look at it, it shrinks down and begins running across one of the walls of the buildings and disappears into an alleyway behind you.
I will have tried to point it out to Nora, but
Grogerbellin.
Grogerbellin. Well, I'm not sure what the emphasis.
Nora Grabellin.
Nora
Yeah, I can know
Grobellin. I will have tried to point it out to Nora Grobellin, but I'm not sure if it would have made it all the way. If I would have pointed it out.
Do I see it? Do I need to make a roll?
As soon as he gets your attention and you turn, you don't say anything. It was blink of an eye and it was gone.
What am I looking at?
That shadow that I reported earlier, I believe I saw the same or another one. I'm not sure if it is related to the case or not.
Well, if you see it again, do you have anything that could, catch it, maybe? Do you know? If I can see it, I can command it to stop, and then we can see what it is, but I have to see it. And hope it works.
Because it is human, I may be able to do something, but I'm not sure how effective it would be.
Oh, we'll try it next time because we want to see what's up with that thing, since we don't know what's going on. Anyway, so we're going. Are we in the city hall yet? Are we inside
Yeah,
the building?
Um,
Do we see other people? Other people in here?
there's a front desk.
Oh, front desk.
Several
Great.
things behind it. People walking back and forth down different hallways and entering into different doors.
I go to the desk. Oh, go ahead.
I was wondering if we were being by the captain, or no, he was staying.
He's waiting. The other guard went with the others.
Yeah, there's no one with you guys.
I go to the desk and I say hello. I'm looking for the necromancer that was involved in the investigation.
And who might you being this half-elfin woman looks up, previously looking at different papers on the desk, and immediately says, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Here on official business, yes.
Yes, top floor, first room on the right. I'm sure you will see him.
Thank you very much.
What is his name?
I do not know this necromancer's name, but he is up there, along with some other people. I don't know much.
Is there a way where he is? Is there a room nearby there that we could talk to him alone?
There are areas up there that are meant for investigation.
Perfect.
Okay. You'll be fine.
Perfect. Great. Alright, so we head up to the room indicated.
Okay. As you begin, you make your way upstairs. You see different, these people of all different races, very fancy robes carrying piles of books and scrolls with them. They look and bow and move off to the side. Others, more dignitary, don't pay heed to you as they just continue their conversations walking. You make your way into the room, where you see that there's one gnomish man, sort of sitting, arms crossed, trailing off into sleep and catching himself as his head almost falls and repeating the same thing. You see that there's another half-elven man pacing back and forth, and then over in the corner you see this very finely dressed, what appears to be human-like man, a little paler in his skin, with little hints of green hue to it, wearing this button-up vest and sort of a larger bow tie, very well-kept hair and beard, just sitting there patiently. He looks up at you and, how are we at it for round 3? They send in someone else because they are incompetent with their other investigators.
Yep. Which one is the necromancer?
The man starts talking to you, raises his finger.
Great. We need to talk to you.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
Yeah.
He stands up and brushes off some dirt on his trousers. Alright, well, shall we do this? And makes his way towards a door at the other end of the hall, as if he knows the routine. Opens it.
Great.
Sits down on the door. Or sits on
I go in and make sure Lingshot gets in too before I close the door.
Okay.
Don't want to close it on my friend.
What can I do for you this time? I've already told the captain of the guard, 3 of his investigators, and everyone else in this room. You guys brought me here. I did nothing. I knew nothing of the sort before this happened.
Okay.
That isn't what my question is. I want to hear... We heard some from the captain already, but I would like to hear your take again on the cause of death.
Yeah.
Cause of death. Well, that is still being disputed, I guess. Clerics believe it's necromancy. I believe it is some other form of magic.
Do you not have any specifics?
Well, based off my years of research and
Mhm.
different things, I'm assuming it is older than necromancy.
Older
Something
than
Really?
that we haven't seen for millennia, I would assume. Very
What-
little on this, but there's no modern necromancy. Little that there already is, thanks to this kingdom and its strict rules against it.
Yeah.
But there's no such spells that I know of that could do anything of the sort. Steal life for some people, yes, easy enough done. I could do it to you too if I wanted to right now. However,
I wouldn't try.
yeah, I wouldn't want to make myself look like the villain in this situation.
Good choice.
But there are other things, strange things happening. Not quite sure
Whatever.
what they are.
What other strange things?
You haven't heard the stories?
Indulge me.
Strange
We
people
were called in.
disappearing and then reappearing a day later.
Reappear.
Strange yellow moss covering much of the woods over on the New Continent by Grimgard. People disappearing.
Many people
Orphan
disappearing.
I don't know. Depends.
Well,
on
we've
who you
heard of
are.
the people disappearing and reappearing the next day. Don't know if they're connected. If they are connected, that could be a lucky break for us. But
Maybe. But yes, in my opinion, it is not necromancy. This is something older.
older than necromancy.
stranger.
You say that
Interesting.
you have done research on this.
Of course, as every wizard has.
And I believe that every wizard would have their own name for it, but what would be your name for it?
Well, it's a good question. I don't have a name for it. Death.
Interesting. Death.
Just call
The
it-
power of death. Stronger yet than necromancy.
You see, the problem is the bodies were found too late for our skills in the Arcana to track it the way that it should be.
Hmm.
If it was
Interesting.
found sooner, then we probably would have been able to use some sort of divination or other form of magic to understand what was actually occurring.
Mhm.
But yes,
Okay.
I digress. Is there anything
I'm
else you want from
taking
me, or
notes.
am I allowed to go now? Finally, I've done my part here in the city. I've consulted with the guards. I've consulted with you now.
Are you not from this city? You're not from this city?
No. Yeah,
Gotcha.
like I said, your kingdom brought me in. As
Right.
we are not welcome here.
Right.
Well, I would like to assure you that I at least am talking to you as a, how to say this, physician, if that fits. Because I am acting under the assumption that you practice necromancy ethically, as I have heard of such.
Yes, that is the only way that it is allowed to be practiced.
Well, sure.
I was a doctor by trade. Dug a little deeper. One thing led to another. And here we are.
Hmm.
So, your last diagnosis is that the cause was magic, but it was not necromancy.
That or exsanguination. One of the two. Whichever
Or-
one
sorry.
happened first, don't know.
I didn't catch that. Say again.
Exsanguination.
I thought they said it specifically wasn't insanguination.
That's the clerics. You do what you want with them. They're all crazy.
Oh. Okay.
Them and their gods.
So
Who knows what they worship nowadays?
the problem is the kids couldn't have exsanguinated. So it doesn't make
Yeah.
sense.
Exsanguination
It
means
doesn't
loss of
matter.
blood.
Yes.
Yeah, no. They had no marks on them.
Yeah, doesn't mean that they couldn't have been restored. Simple
I guess
restoration
that's
spell can fix
true. That's true. Hmm.
This X word, I'm not familiar with. X
Means loss of blood. So it's
Yeah, exsanguination is bleeding out.
so exsanguination. Sanguine as in blood.
All I can think of are those mythical animals who live far to the north and far to the south that are small birds.
Those are penguins.
It's
That's
penguination.
different. Totally different crime scene. Anyway.
The doctor's probably looking at me like I'm some weird gnome.
Anyway.
Doesn't have any expression except frustration on his face.
Well, if you didn't come here until after the deaths occurred, then there's no reason to suspect you. But we did want to talk
Can I
to
please
you.
leave now?
Well, you do have valuable insight on this case so far.
Yes, that's
So we
everyone has
appreciate it if
disregarded and
you-
discredited.
Well, that's not what we're going to do. So we'd appreciate it if you could stick around until we've got it solved. In
Can I
case,
just go
you
to an
know.
inn?
Hmm?
Instead of being trapped in this room, may I go to an inn for the night and sleep?
That sounds reasonable. We'll speak to the captain of the guard so we can have you brought over there.
We would
Thank
like to make accommodations for your safety, as
Yes.
the other citizens may not be.
The other citizens know nothing of this. This city has kept it on the down low as to who is being investigated, thankfully.
Still,
That is good.
they might suspect any stranger, so.
That is what an inn is for, I suppose.
You seem to be walking around just fine.
Yes, well. We've got the king's backing, so that does change things.
As do I. Now may I please leave?
I will go over to the door and open it and
He
bow. I guess.
trudges out. He just leaves.
Ah,
I'll be at the
All
Hearthstone
right.
Inn if you require me for any more further questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
And he walked out
Good
the
night.
door and began
All right.
reading.
hope he doesn't get stopped by someone who doesn't know we let him go. Oh well. We'll figure it out if that happens.
As he's
So who
not
is
looking
left
into
in the-
this room.
Yeah, we're leaving for the
Corporal
two.
PM is still pacing back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. The gnome that was currently falling asleep is now looking around. You see him mumbling to himself every now and then. He walks over to the wall and begins just looks like he's doing something along the side of it. You can't really make out what he's doing. Just acting really strange.
Alright, you go talk to the gnome. I'll go talk to this elf guy. Half elf.
Okay.
This is how I imagine a necromancer.
DM, how do you want to run this separate investigation?
How do you guys want to do it?
Okay, I will walk up to the old man. Is he old?
He appears to be. He looks to be somewhere around the same age as Grayson. Late 50s, early 60s.
He's a gnome. Different lifespan.
Oh, I thought you said the old man. Sorry.
No,
Gotcha.
a
Sorry.
gnome. I
Yeah.
assume from how he was acting, he was a bit old.
Yes, he is a bit older now.
Okay. I will walk up to him. Yeah. Can I see what he's doing on the wall?
You notice that he has taken out a pencil and just writing down different equations on the wall. Mumbling to himself, looks over to you. You know, I got this idea. I feel like there's something we can do. Something. There has to be some sort of magic that we can use to make it so we don't have to have those. And he points at one of the torches that are in the room, lighting it up. Has to be something that we can do so we can make it permanent. Something that will give us the light
Opa.
without having to make fire.
Opa. Gaat het goed met je?
Yeah? And yeah?
best wel, maar ik zal wat vragen aan je moeten stellen, wegens dit hele situatie.
Ja.
Vind je het goed als we naar een andere kamer zouden gaan?
Zeker.
For
And I
everyone
will-
else, he asked if they could go to another room because he have questions for him. I'm a
I don't speak
gnome.
Gnomish. Okay. I thought we were for a second.
I don't
speak
speak Gnomish.
Okay.
I only speak-
Gnomish is now Dutch in this world. Fantastic. My Dutch is so out of practice. It's great. Love it. I'm gonna love this. It's great.
That's why I'm letting him
Better than I am.
talk to the gnome, because he can speak his language. I'm talking to the half-elf. In common.
So, Lingshot, you've bring the gnome into the chamber, the other room, that you were questioning the
Necromancer.
the necromancer. All along the way, he keeps just talking to himself, thinking of different things. Like, well, we can maybe put space in the walls and put something in them. I don't know. There has to be something that we can light it up with. Has to be something. If we could get scarecrows to work that way, maybe if we use their power source, yes, that could do it. And
Dat stroom,
Yes.
denk ik, is niet zo beschikbaar. Zou ik vinden.
what? Oh, sorry. A little out of practice. Speaking common too often.
That is fine. I
As
just-
many of the people here speak.
I-
It is always nice to hear my native tongue.
Well, we can
young
speak in
lad.
whatever you are most comfortable.
Oh, it's all good. What can I do for you, Sonny? What do you need? What? Have you guys found out who killed Grayson yet?
My eyebrow goes up for a moment at Sunny, but that investigation is still ongoing. I take
Oh,
it
your
you are.
character's female, isn't?
Yes, she is.
Completely forgot about that.
She's just really
Sorry.
ugly.
Gotcha. My bad.
You probably just got confused between the two campaigns.
I did.
Because I know
I-
before. Yeah, because you're like, oh, I'll protect, with the Frostbane. Yeah, my character will just stay with her. And I'm like, he's a guy in this one. I think it's the other one. He's the girl.
Yeah. My bad.
Actually,
Sorry.
It's good.
Okay.
It's possible that he wasn't paying attention.
Also
So
very
that's fine.
probable.
I take it you are a practitioner of magic?
Yes, artificer, official title.
Aha, yes. And you knew Grayson, I take it.
Well, yes, we were colleagues. We worked together, and
Did you work
Practically.
together on those scarecrow devices that we saw as we came in?
that was a collaborative effort of everyone in the guild. Grayson did helmets, and but we've had many successful projects together. Many very, very interesting pipes that we've put under the ground that allow us to transport water and collect the water in a more
Aha.
secure and quicker way. Lets us to keep the crops watered even during times of drought. We've found ways of heating it, so in the wintertime the land still stays warm, letting our plants grow year-round, and there's many, many different things we have done for this empire.
But sadly, it seems like he won't be helming anything any longer. I mean,
It
he has
is.
passed away.
I know it is. It's quite the. Quite
you
the
know-
tragedy.
Do you know of anyone who was upset by the many... What is the word? I'm not an artificer at innovations that you guys have made?
No, everybody respected each other, had renounce to everyone. There wasn't a single person that didn't respect him, and everything he did. He was a genius. There's a reason that he was the Grand Master of this city, and just everybody respected him.
Grandmaster.
Yes, he's brilliant man. He was on the verge of making it so we wouldn't have to repair these. We wouldn't have to switch out their power supplies. and I think he was trying to make them almost sentient in a way. That way we wouldn't have to look at them at all. Probably they could patrol on their own and stop the wild hogs and other things from trampling in. Right now we don't have anything to do that. We're working on
so they
fences
take
that
care
are electrified, but we not quite there yet, unfortunately.
So they harness the power. They harness their power to destroy birds, but
Yes, that was quite.
Hogs as well.
Yes, as of recent, those have become quite the problem. Probably with other cities and developments happening throughout the land as it's destroying their territory, and they've come here, unfortunately. But the bird problem used to be huge up until recently, about 50 years ago, when we came up with this. Well, Grayson, when he came up with the idea for these machines that have
Interesting.
saved us
Interesting.
so much.
So, from what I understand, you do not believe it was someone in the town who is the perpetrator?
I honestly don't know who it was. There's no one I can think of that would do this to him.
No enemies, no one you can think of. So someone
Maybe a
outside
competitor
town.
from another competitor from a different guild, but we don't know.
Interesting. Now, how long was he Grandmaster here?
Ever since I've been here, he grows up. I mean, I don't know exactly. Yeah.
Interesting. So, and we have heard that it is most definitely magic that caused this.
I haven't heard of anything of the sorts. They haven't let me see his body or anything. I just know that he's dead. I've been in this room most of these days.
Interesting. Do you believe it possible, I don't mean to sound reactionary, but that these scarecrows could have become violent towards him?
No, we didn't program them that way at all. They have one purpose. It's quite fascinating, actually. We'll have to show you. They're powered by this incredible arcanic energy that allows them to move and act and sense the things around them. And we program specifically to only shoot these quite strong tethers from their mouths at creatures that have the description and body like and appearance of birds, so they would not touch him, as he does not look like a bird, obviously.
No, he does not. He is human.
Yes. Unless it is off the ground, if it is flying, they're meant to get to the bird before they even land on the crops, preventing anything from happening to them. Death is instantaneous, as this incredible tether fits them and pulls them in at such a fast rate, and then there's these saw blades inside that just ground it up, and then we have our fertilizer right there. It works perfectly.
That does work. Do these
We thought that through.
do these lashes do they cause cuts of any kind, or do they just merely grab onto the creature?
We designed them. They do have a small hook at the end that can pierce through it, but usually it just wraps around.
That's usually for
the bird.
retainment.
Correct.
No,
Correct. Yes.
interesting.
Yes. They're very, very strong. Make sure that they were of the highest quality of steel, reinforced with a little bit of mithril in each of them to make it endure and allow it so they would not be destroyed by who knows what competitors or other hooligans that in the town that would be trying to do it.
Interesting. I believe that was all my questions for this point. Do you have
Okay.
perhaps any insights that you could give me?
Not that I can think of. I don't know. Maybe I'm sure the guards have searched his area, his residence, and our guild house, where we did all of our experiments. And I assure you that there's nothing there that I would know of that would tell anything otherwise of enemies or anything of the sort.
I'm leaning to believe it was something outside, based from what you have told me. But I have yet to see what my companion has found from the other gentleman. But I believe
His brother, I believe, that was. Didn't say much. Seemed very distraught that his brother had been killed. But yes.
his brother had also been killed.
No, Grayson is his brother.
Oh. Wait.
The man
This guy.
there, he's Grayson's brother. Yes.
Ah, the man who was pacing.
Correct.
Interesting. Well,
Grayson was half elf, right?
we will see.
Okay, good.
I will see what my companion comes up with. But for now, I believe that it is fine for you to go. Make sure to check out at front desk.
Okay. Thank you. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to help. I don't want this to happen to anyone else.
I will bow and say, Totzins.
Tootsie and Zor. And he straddles off through the door. You hear a faint Dewey in the background as he leaves. All right. So while this was going on, Nora.
Yes.
You die.
So I walk over to them. No!
Stab you with a dagger.
You weren't the first to die. It was the NPCs.
No. So I walk over to him, and I say, "Excuse me, are you related to Grayson?"
He stops pacing for a moment, looks up to you, shifts his eyes back down, and continues pacing.
Is that a yes?
Nods his head slightly.
Right, I just want to ask you a couple questions about him. We're looking into the incident. Would you like to sit down?
Shakes his head no.
Okay.
He's pacing.
Okay. Do you live here in this city as well?
Yes.
Okay, good. And before he died, did you notice anything different? Did he maybe say anything?
Different.
Anything that might have
different.
happened?
It's crazy.
Well, different for him.
He
Well,
went on about how he's on the verge of a breakthrough. Wasn't sleeping.
okay.
Barely wanted anything to do with the family anymore. Spent all of his time in his workshop instead of with us.
Okay. But do you know what kind of a breakthrough he was talking about?
That beats me.
Okay.
I'm not the smartest man here. He
It's
has
alright.
that talent in the family. I'm just a simple farmer.
Farmers are important. They feed us all.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be looking into his workshop to see what that was about. But was there anything else, maybe any people or anything that changed recently about him in his life?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
One man in the vest, he looked pretty suspicious though. I may
Well-
talk to him, but I would check on him again. Something's off about that guy. I don't know what it is, but he has an eerie feeling about him.
The gnome or the other one?
The other one.
The other one. Yes. We spoke to him. We'll be looking into that. But from what we can tell, it doesn't seem he was in the area at the time. So he's probably
No
not
one's
involved.
never in the area at the time. Is that how it always goes?
Well, don't worry. We're going to do everything we can to find this, whoever did this or whatever did this, and we're going to bring it to justice.
Thank you.
So you have my promise on that. And if you do think of anything that maybe was out of place, if anything comes up later that you remember that your brother said or did or anything, please come and find us. You can tell the captain of the guard and he'll tell us. It'll be very helpful.
Alright, what type of stuff are you looking for?
changed. Anything could be a hint at what could have happened. You know,
He's always been a nice guy. He's always been so smart, helping everyone. Giving his money to those who need it, those urchins, those children, helping them out as much as he could. He's always been doing things for them. He's always helped the old lady across the street. He's found a way to make the street not even have to worry about her with these weird, who knows what inventions he's coming up with.
Do you know if he had any enemies, people who didn't like him?
Not that I know of. I mean, I resented him. So being smart, but
Family.
yeah, he's not family.
Gotcha. Right. Well, yeah, if you think of anything that was out of ordinary leading up to his death, it doesn't matter how small it was, it could help.
Yeah. If I think of anything, I'll let you know.
Okay. In the meantime, you look like you could use some rest.
As you.
What? I'm gonna do an insight check to make sure I believe him.
Okay.
19.
Yeah, he seems pretty sincere, distraught that his
Good.
brother is dead.
Good, I'd be just sad if he was lying to me.
Yeah, you guys don't do that very often. I'm like, I could get away with so much. None of you guys just take it face value. It's great.
I checked on him! I did it before with someone else, but I rolled low, so...
Do you really want us calling for insight checks every 5 minutes?
No,
If I will meet someone...
it just surprises me. You guys always roll perception, but not insight.
Insight! I believe him. The brother, innocent. Go sleep. Eat some food.
Alright. Alright, you two exit this area. I'm gonna have you do one more perception
Got
for
it.
me.
I think I'm a little bit distracted.
As you begin descending the stairs of the city hall, you don't see anything. It just seems like a quick movement behind in your peripherals. You turn around, no shadows or anything, but it just felt like something was watching. Alright. Prometheus and Absalom.
And
And
Larkspur.
and Larkspur.
I mean, unless something happens and they got split up.
No.
Children.
Oh, who's dead?
Oh, he's
Wrong.
not.
Oh, it's Drake.
Okay. The
What?
guard
We died in the
walks
meantime.
with you for about... You walk for about 5-10 minutes as go through some winding streets, heading back deeper into the city. There, the area becomes less residential. You begin seeing more buildings shaped as mills and other processing things. You are eventually taken to this smaller shack that has some, I mean, what you consider like police tape for all intents and purposes, strung around the perimeter. The guard says, "This is it. This is where they worked." Oh no, you were looking for his house, weren't you?
Yes. And the workshop afterwards. How far away are they? From
I
each
mean,
other.
the workshop's closer. So if you're asking the guard, he's like, "Oh, he's probably another 5-10 minutes over into the residential section of the city." But I figured you might as well start here as it was closer.
That's fair.
Yes, this will be fine to start here.
Yes.
He walks up, pulls out a key, and unlocks the door. Go in. The basement's where most of the things are. This upper part appears where they did their business, but I'll stand outside guard to not interrupt anything.
Appreciate that. Absalom, do you want to take this top part? I'll take the bottom, and then we'll
Sounds good.
meet up in,
I'll look-
half an hour?
Yeah, I'll look for any like offices or papers or anything like that.
I will
What are you
check
doing?
I'm here
the
too, guys.
downstairs workbench area.
What about you, Luxbar? What would you like to do?
You said one of you's taking the upper and one of you's taking the lower.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which area is bigger? Or I assume there's just the upper and lower.
I'm not that sure, but I'm not as good as at looking for things. So perhaps you could join me.
Okay, I'll join you. We can both start at opposite ends of the room or something.
Yeah.
And then
I want to look
come
for
over
any.
each other's areas afterwards.
Okay. I want to look for any like desks in specific.
There are several desks.
There are several desks. Do they have names on them, or are they just like desks?
They're just desks.
Okay, I'll just start going through each of them one by one, going through the drawers looking for papers.
Roll investigation for me.
So,
Alright.
does anyone else work here with him? Because from what I understood, it was just his workshop, right?
16.
Looking around like this. You get this is probably like the communal. This is like where the artificers guild is, where they do their work together. His personal workshop is more where he lives. Oh, right.
And I will, as
Let's
soon as
see.
I'm going through stuff, I'll be putting it, like when I'm done looking through this stuff, I'll put it back exactly where I found it. And just
Okay.
like try not to be too disturbing of the scene.
All right. So we'll do. Yeah, Absalom will do first, then Luxbar. All right. Luxbar,
Larkspur.
whatever.
Larkspur.
Blah,
You're just gonna give me a new name. It's all good. Lexpard. We're just gonna move those out.
Lone Star. All right, Absalom. As you begin rifling through the desks, you do find several coin purses filled with. In total, there's going to be 10 platinum pieces
Okay.
Ooh.
that have been throughout there. You
put
see
those
different letters. Okay.
No.
I'm awful good.
I love this. It's such a different.
Hey, I'm just like. Maybe slip like an extra copper piece in there every now and then, just like.
You see different letters. Speaking of trying to get patents on different inventions, different correspondence between when parts are going to be delivered, variety of parts, and different items. You've probably meant for enchanting of some sort, different herbs and other things, or things required of that nature, magical nature, what you're able to discern, knowing some of the arcana. And besides that, there really isn't anything else. Nothing that sticks out to you as being.
No, like, motive or, like, anything like mentioning necrotic magic or anything like that.
No. No.
Okay.
Okay. Lone Star. No. Let's go. As you're looking around the same level, rifling through different things, looking around, things out of the ordinary, you start moving around and notice that under one of the desks there seems to be a button.
There's a button under the desk.
Sort of hidden.
I'm gonna look at the button and see if I can
It's red.
tell anything. It's
That's all red.
It's red.
Button.
Touch it. Touch it.
This is your conscience speaking. Press the button.
I
The DM literally wants you
I
to
am
touch the button.
Do not press a big white. No, I'm joking.
That's how a DM says touch.
so I'm trying to get into my character. My character is definitely more impulsive.
Your impulse control in your actual brain is just like,
Yeah, it's like, do I investigate? I'm more impulsive, but I've also been around a bit. So
Yeah, because you're a bard. Oh,
yes.
sorry. A bard joke. Had to.
It's all good. I mean, it kind of.
But he ain't wrong. Make it work, Smackers. You touching the
Okay.
button?
I'm gonna look closer at it, see if I can discern anything, like if it's attached to anything.
Start sticking your head under the desk. Absalom, you see Larkspur doing this, like just looking weird. I mean, it's like put into the desk, and you can, with what you rolled, you figured like there's some wiring or something. There's something behind it, and it starts running along the desk and sort of moves into the wall. You can see faint traces of it.
I'm gonna follow it, and I'm gonna say, "Hey, Absalom."
Yes,
Look
I
at this.
see. So with me having gone through the papers through on each of the desks, can I determine whose desk that was?
Some were addressed to Gilrush. You had a couple of this. Looking at this desk specifically, this one was Grayson's desk.
It was Grayson's desk. Okay.
Yeah.
I'd be like, so I'll let Larkspur know. Like, okay, this one was Grayson's desk, so good find.
Okay. Yes. Let's see, can I tell? So it looks like it's going into the wall. Can I tell if it's going like towards a different room? Like, is it going along like the outside of the wall, or is it like going through the wall?
As soon as
that
like
makes
you, looks like it's like the whatever it is, not being really versed in this technology or whatever it may be.
This weird string
This
thing.
weird stringy thingy, it just goes into the wall and then disappears.
So what I would like to do is I want to kind of look around for any like hidden doors. You know how like if there's like a trap door or whatever, there's like a breeze or whatever, or like, you know, a small outline of what it is.
Mhm.
If there is a trap door, so I want to look out for stuff like that, and I want to yell down to Prometheus and just be like, "Keep your eye out for hidden contraptions, possibly in the walls."
Oh, I think I have. Wait. Sorry, I'm remembering what my spells do.
You're good. Roll
Also, you
investigation
All right,
for me.
you want me to do that?
Yeah. 'Cause
Both of
you're,
those are Absalom.
you're Absalom, because you're
Okay.
like touching
That's
the wall.
funny.
Gotcha.
As you begin feeling along the walls, you do notice there's a very, very subtle shift in the stonework along the sides, but you can't. There's nothing to like pull out or pull in or.
I want to say to
Are
Larkspur.
the walls fully stone? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
I want. This reminds me of the captain's quarters. You know, with the different walls that go in, and I want like maybe that button does that. But let me just mess with these bricks real quick and see if these activate it. And if not, then we'll press the button. And
Well,
I'll just,
maybe.
I'll just run my hands around the bricks, trying to touch
Pushing
each one.
along. Yeah, nothing happens.
Okay. And I'll
Alright,
also,
can I...
imagine the.
Well,
the
I do
button
have...
this.
Okay, that's the fourth. Let's see, what it... Sorry, I'm looking at how many spell slots I have for things. Okay, so I can pull out my Leer and cast Stone Shape. That's, to make a passage through. I'm figuring out the... Okay.
Larkspur, imagine
Well-
if you just press the button, it will open this wall, and I want to step back and raise my shield, just like in front of me.
Oh, well, here. I have Mage Hand, so maybe I can do that. Use that to push the button while we're both a safe distance away in case of anything like...
That sounds like a good idea. Like off to the side in case arrows fly out or something. I
Yes.
don't know.
Let's see. Did you say you yelled up to Prometheus to tell him about it?
I yelled down to Prometheus
Or
and told him
whichever
to,
way.
to look out for weird contraptions.
Okay. I said, Prometheus, we're pushing a button. Be prepared.
Prometheus.
Push the button.
Okay.
Push it.
I'm pushing the button with Mage Hand. I don't know if I need to put that in here since it's a cantrip.
If it's a cantrip, then I'll
Oh,
just say
you're fine.
no.
Let's
Because it's not an
put that
attack
in there.
roll. It just says what it is.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, so I'm gonna push the button with Mage Hand while we're behind. You said you have a shield.
Yeah,
It's
so
gonna
I'll be off to the
over
side
by
and I'll have it behind me and like my shield up.
All right.
All right. As you press the button, you feel a sudden shake happen throughout the building. You then hear as that wall that you had felt begins to it pushes inward and then shifts, revealing this almost broom closet-like area. You see several on the wall. It's fairly well lit with these different spheres, looking similar to the ones that the captain had. There's a rack that have different mechanical arms hanging there. There's some that look like they're just fully functional hands. There's some where the hand has been replaced with a blade, and others where the hand that has claws. Having seen what the scarecrows look like, they look like different parts that you can put on them.
So, looking at the hands and the blades, do any of them look like the curved weapon that sliced the guy?
Roll investigation for me.
Okay.
I will also.
Just so you guys know, I probably died
Nat
when you
20.
pressed that button. The floor probably collapsed in on me, or traps went off. You know.
But Dean, I got another nat 20.
Looking at it,
Save some for me.
There isn't anything that you can connect between these arms and anything that would cause it to happen. The
Nothing
blade, yeah, the bladed arm is more of a serrated blade.
Oh, and not clean or anything.
Correct. Yeah. The claws they're not long enough to have done something like that.
Just like actual tools.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to take like a spare blank piece of paper and like kind of like sketch down what I see, and then just like kind of leave it be and see if we can like close the door. And then I'll ask
I'll
Lark.
have you roll performance
Okay.
for this to see how well you can sketch it down.
Nat 1.
You should like look at it, draw some scribbles on the paper, and like show it to Larkspur, and it's just like
What? What's that supposed to be?
The tools. I'm trying to sketch the scene.
I'm not sure that's going to be very helpful. Do you want me to try?
Sure. And then I just like put it down and I bow my head.
No offense,
All right.
but
we're gonna go
maybe there should be some offense.
Prometheus now, as you guys have done this up here. You head down until the
I assume I should also check.
You head down a set of stairs and you come to this door. Very thick steel door that appears to be locked.
Ooh, there's a big steel door that appears to be locked. Wait. Okay. So, the workshop is locked and I can't get in. I try that. Flippity poops. In the Tinker's tools and that red orb I took, there was no sign of a key, right?
No, there was no sign of a key. That is correct.
And this door looks like it has like a regular locking mechanism, correct?
Oh, yeah, it looks pretty normal.
I wanna knock on the door very loudly.
You hear just a long, hollow doof, doof, doof. Several seconds pass by. And from the other side you hear doof, doof, doof.
As if like it echoed, or as if someone knocked back.
As if someone knocked back.
And I just say, "Hello, can you hear me?"
Yeah, who's there?
I am Prometheus Firstforged. I am with the King's Guard, or whatever.
Go
the hell
away,
we're
I'm
called.
busy. Lots of bigger things to do.
Open
Tell
the
His
door. I'm
Royal
on the middle of an
Highness that we're gonna
investigation.
get
I'm sent
his
by the
shipment
king.
out. Yeah, I know you are. You're here to pick up the shipments. We're gonna get them done before. Leave me alone so I can
No,
finish
I'm
them.
here to do. I'm here investigating the murder, you idiot.
He goes quiet for a second. Murder?
You know,
What murder?
Grayson.
You hear from the opposite side of the door just the shattering sound.
Did you drop something? Are you all right?
The door opens up, and you see another gnomish man standing there, starting to bald. He has these really thick spectacles, and you can just see this vial of something has just shattered on the ground. He stares at you. Grayson's dead?
I push my way past him nonchalantly, and I say, "Yes, he was murdered along with 2 children. We were sent by the king to
Tears start coming
investigate."
down this little gnome's face. What hasn't anybody told me about? What happened?
Well, that's what we're trying to determine. Among his things there was, and I pull the fading red orb out of my bag, and I say, he had this on him. Do you know what he was doing and why he would have had it on him? Was he fixing something particularly?
Well, that's one of the power cells for our automatons out there. The scarecrows. They protect the crops. That's what we use to power them.
All right. So this one looks like it's fading. Is that like necessary? Does it do that after a while?
After extended period of use, yes. Yeah,
all right. So
we have to go out occasionally and change them. Most of the city guard find them disturbing and creepy and won't do it themselves.
Do you have
not trusting them,
a record of which ones needed to be repaired and when they were? Maybe we could figure out where he was.
Look at that. And he runs over into a corner and pulls out sort of a file. Starts looking at it and says, F-122. Yeah, that was the one Grayson was scheduled to go for about 4 nights ago. But he's really dead?
Yes, he's very dead. In fact, he was killed by some sort of ancient or some sort of necromantic magic, since I wasn't there for the previous conversation. Yes. Yes.
Necromancy? I thought the kingdom got rid of that.
Yes, so did we.
What's going
That's
on?
one of the reasons we're probably here. First off, I would like to thank you for not acting all terrified like most people do. Second off, why would people be terrified? I don't know, I'm quite hairy apparently, and that's scary.
I'm quite bald. That doesn't mean anything, man.
You know, we'd make quite a good pair, I think. I could give you a bit.
Grayson's really dead?
Yes, Grayson is very dead. Would you mind helping me? Is his workspace around here?
I mean, this is the communal workshop. He liked to do his own personal things at his home.
Okay. Were you close to Grayson?
He was like a mentor to me. I mean, we don't have official titles like apprentice or anything, but I consider myself his apprentice.
So, do you know if he was working on anything special?
You notice he gets quiet for a second.
And I say, please, it could be very important to know.
He had made mention about how he wanted to find sentience in these creations that were made. He said he was on the verge of a breakthrough, but we just thought he was joking around, being crazy. I mean, we all are crazy, right?
Wait, binding sentience to an
things for a living.
He wanted to make living constructs.
I think we found.
I think it would go with that. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't know if
daddy.
You've heard of like the. You know, have you heard of? I guess they're considering themselves a race, not really, but they're Warforged.
I'm assuming with my intelligence being almost a straight 20, I have heard of Warforged. Yes.
Yeah. Then yeah, I mean, he was trying to do something similar. Create them, make them so they could just, but not give them choice.
Warforged
Just have them,
rare.
have them being
and
able to take their what? Sorry,
Warforged
Mike
are
just-
rare and very unknown. He's trying to create basically excuse me for if this may sound crass, but it sounds like you're saying that he was trying to create a race of slaves, essentially. Unsleeping, uneating, they merely work,
He
but
just
are
wanted to make it
alive.
so we didn't have to go out and take care of the scarecrows anymore. That's all it was. Nothing too harsh. I thought he was fine. Wanted them to be able to take care of themselves. You know, that's a worthy goal, right? There's nothing wrong with that.
Do you know where he might store his notes or anything at his home? Or will I have to just search around myself?
I don't know. He was very private about that stuff. We didn't ever go over. He always came to our places for social events. The only people that I ever saw go into his home were those little orphan kids that he liked to take care of and help out every now and then.
Wait. He liked to take care of little orphan children.
Yeah, he and his brother were orphaned.
Is it multiple orphans, or were there two specific orphans around 8 and 9 years old? Small human children.
That I don't know. I just know that he liked to help younger children. Try to get them off on the right foot, you know? Try to interest them in the sciences.
No, I
all
understand that
this.
quite well, actually. That's good to know. Grayson likes orphans, but not in a creepy way. He says this while he writes it down. I just want you to know, like...
I should have seen that one coming.
By the way, after I finish my business upstairs, I'd want to join Prometheus downstairs. And actually, the doors go back up.
Being like an artisan of not some renown, but of mild renown, I want to take a look around the room. Like, this is where they'd like build the scarecrows and whatnot. Yes?
Looking around the room, yeah, this is where they assemble them.
I would like to look at the
This
quality.
conversation, everything is still happening as you're investigating everything. As you're looking over the ledgers, it takes a hot minute to do all that, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to look at the craftsmanship of the scarecrows, see what metals they're made of and whatnot.
Alright, roll an investigation. Like,
29.
oh my. I keep forgetting you guys are also level 9, because I was like, why are you doing so well?
I'm also
But
very
fine.
smart.
You looking at them, you notice that these are very well crafted machines. Each plate has been molded in a very subtle way. It's actually it was made of mithril, and its flexibility in the way that it's almost resembles human-like. It's not rough around the edges. It's very smooth, and then you can see that it's sort of been reinforced with adamantine to give it that hard durability. They somehow found a way of mixing
Holy-
the two metals together.
That's
to make them last.
expensive.
Yeah, that's expensive. And how's the craftsmanship on it? Does it look like whoever did it would have to be very good
I mean,
with
it's not
metals?
the prettiest thing in the world, but it's. Did it what?
I would just like to turn to this poor little old balding dwarf who I haven't even asked the name of. I just realized. I'm just gonna go. Excuse me. Where do you have where do the artificers in this area acquire their funds? This is quite an expensive piece.
Well, I mean, we are the leading city for agricultural needs for the kingdom. We've created these things for most of the kingdom.
So you
Portion
make
of
a
it, we're
business
starting
off keeping them
get better
running.
Yeah, well, that and making them for the king and protecting his crops.
Okay, so you
and
do
all
it
those things.
through the government. That makes sense. All
Yes.
right.
as all magic regulated through the Empire.
Don't I know it? Interesting. Does it look like there's anything of curious note around the room, other than general like batteries or? I don't know. Because this red battery looks fairly.
Are you just investigating, or
I am investigating,
just
looking around to see if there's anything that should
roll
belong
perception.
in an artificer's lab. Maybe not even that. Just looking around. At 30.
All right.
Do I
Looking
see
around.
anything?
You notice two things with this one. The first one, as you're looking around, your eye goes immediately to where that vial had smashed. Before there was a strange, just liquid laying there, and now, as you look down, it is no longer there, completely gone. No signs of it moving or any stains or puddles anywhere. It's just gone. You also see in little vials off to the side, one that catches your eye. It appears to be like this small vial filled with this strange black liquid, and as you're looking around, as you start to shift your eyes off of it, you swear that you can see this eye pop up in the middle, and then as you move back to look at it again, it disappears.
I'm gonna turn to the gnome short person, and I'm going to ask, so what was that vial you dropped? It doesn't look like there's much of a spill left from it.
Oh, yeah, the sort of very reactive chemical evaporates quite quickly into the air. Nothing dangerous or anything, just something that helps the machines run and not lock up easily.
So there's this nifty trick I would like to try, DM. It's called insight checking. I got a 21, so not the best.
He is sweating as you're asking him this. He's like looking around. His eyes are very shifty.
And I go,
not doing too well.
And I go, listen, I'm not here to crack down on any other crimes, if you know what I mean. I'm just trying to help find who murdered your friend and 2 orphan children, who may or may not be associated with them, as far as we know.
Orphans are dead too?
Yes, 2 of them. My question to you is about the nature of that chemical. What is it?
It's like I said, it's a compound that we use, and it helps the machines move smoother. Sort of like, have you heard of hydraulics and how those work?
Well, yes.
Kind of like that.
Well, hydraulics are more water-based, thus coming from
Or oil.
the Latin hydro. Nigger, fight me. No. So, and then I'm going to go, so, okay, if you're going to play coy like that, I'm going to specifically ask you, what's that black vial right there?
Like, even though
5 seconds to
6
answer
feet
me,
tall, this guy's-
honestly.
he tries moving in front of it, even though you can see over him. He's like, what? No, what vial? What? I don't know what you're talking about.
And I'm just going to go, listen, I'm what you call an advocate of justice,
So
and
DM,
I can get it
would I
one
have
way
made it
or another.
downstairs? Would I have made it downstairs by this point?
About this time is when you feel the shaking. So you haven't gone downstairs.
Okay.
And so at that point, I draw, since it's only a bonus action, by the way, for me to draw both of my weapons at the same time due to feats. So I draw both my vicious rapier and my warhammer, and I say, and listen, as much as I enjoy asking questions, there comes to a point where if someone's lying to me and they're not going to be honest and help me in my investigation, that I must mete out justice.
Oh, he puts his hands up. Okay.
And
well,
I am sort of a
we don't-
poet
we
with
don't-
these
we don't
weapons.
have- Easy now. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. It's
Now, don't
okay.
worry, I'm not going to harm any of the
so
tools of the artificer's trade.
Which vial were you
I'm
talking
going to
about?
look
He
him
begins
dead in
slowly
his
walking-
beady little gnome eyes, and I'm going to say, you know exactly which vial I'm speaking of.
He walks over to the vials and plucks the black one. He's like, hand shaking. This one? It's
Yes, that one.
and as he says this one, he starts walking over to you. His hand shaking. You notice that he drops it due to his hand shaking, and it crashes against the ground. That strange black liquid. You see an eye in the center appear, looks at both of you, and then shuts its eye and just vanishes. The gnome sort of gets on both of his knees and starts crying. That took us so long to capture.
And I go,
Oh no.
I didn't want the vial, I want to know what it is. Now I'm even more concerned.
Yeah.
What was that?
We don't know what it was. It was something. We caught it out in the fields one day. But yeah,
It was in the
it's gone now.
fields.
Yeah, we were fixing a scarecrow when we found it in the fields, and now it's gone. And we were
Was
studying it.
that
We don't
the
know what it is.
breakthrough? Was that where he thought he could use to imbue sentience?
I don't.
I'll take that as a
I don't
yes.
know. And as he's saying this, you notice that he starts weaving little magical symbols in the air. And
Oh,
just
I
begins-
bop him on the head with the warhammer.
roll an attack. Wait, do you have anything as a reaction that lets you do this?
How close to is he to me?
I mean, he would be at this point within 5 feet of you.
Oh, he doesn't need to be within 5 feet. I've got a 10-foot range.
Mm-hmm.
And I've already got my weapons drawn. Do I need to react if I see it already and I'm prepped?
Oh, well, that's true. You know what? I'll give it to you.
Sweet.
Roll for an attack.
Yes. Why am I sitting so far back from my computer?
I don't know.
I'm going to do.
Number 2.
Oh, my lord. I was thinking number 4.
It's a 22 to hit,
Yep.
and it's
That hits.
12 bludgeoning,
All right.
and he was
As-
weaving magical symbols, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think how Prometheus would handle this. I was talking about meting out justice. Oh well, I am going to use all of my attacks, I guess.
Alright, the first one, you take the warhammer, smack it against him. So that's not the scream of pain, still trying to weave these symbols.
Con save.
The next hit is a 31. Does he
Yeah.
make it?
No.
Oh, okay, good. I guess I just barely hit him. That's a 14 damage.
Uh-huh. How many more attacks do you got there, bud?
Oh, that was the bonus. So, because it's an offhand weapon. So,
Oh, I thought you were doing like your full action.
oh, I am. I still have another attack.
Mhm.
He'll probably die. I'm assuming.
Unless you want to do non-lethal damage.
I didn't say that.
That's fair.
The next hit is a 30.
Oh, he's barely alive.
Okay. And
Oh.
after I hit him that third time, I just want to go, you should be very careful about what you do right now.
He looks up at you, like smacking you in the face a couple times with a warhammer, teeth falling out, some blood trickling down his nose as he's broken his nose. looks up. You don't know what you're dealing with, and then, oof, bamps out.
He bamfed out?
Mm-hmm.
He still has another attack, don't you?
No, I used my 2 attacks
Oh, okay.
and my offhand.
Wait, did he black out or did he poof away?
He pushed away.
Did it seem like the teleport spell, or did it seem like he turned himself invisible? Seeing as I know how to teleport, I would know a difference at least.
It's not. It's not. I mean, in a sense, teleported, but not teleported. Not teleportation.
Didn't you say? Now, just so I'm thinking about it, you said we have so the magic users in the group have a special stone that tracks magic as being part of this, right?
Yep.
I'm just gonna
So-
shout. I'm gonna be like, "We have a runner!"
And so as soon as I hear that, I'm gonna I'm gonna activate this magic stone or be looking at it. I don't really know how it works, but
Okay, so the way it works is, it lights up when you are near an area that someone has used magic, and then you can, and then let you track it to the destination of whoever used it.
okay, I want to run first to the door and see if it lights up.
I mean, you just heard you've got a runner. You don't know magic was used. You're upstairs.
Oh, okay, so I'm gonna run to the door anyway.
Okay, run to the door. No one. There's nothing there.
I mean, like, what happened?
He
What's happened?
dimension doored or something. He didn't use teleport, but he used something to bamf out of here. He's pretty wounded. All you need to do is kick him, and he'll die.
All right, come up here, and then I'll look at my stone.
So he's telling me to come up there, but I have issues with authority. I'm going to continue looking around down there. Are there any more vials of that stuff?
Of that stuff, no.
Larkspur would also have gone toward
I'm
the
going to
commotion.
full on deep dive and see if there's anything of interest or value down here.
Okay. Do one more investigation. While this is happening, both of you magic users, so you both have the stone. It begins pulsating faintly, but pulling you sort of in the direction towards the south, outside of the house.
I'm gonna yell down to Prometheus. He's outside. We're running after him.
You've got this, babies. I got a 15 because I rolled real low.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I guess we're running
nothing-
away out of the house.
Alright.
Okay. Looking around through things, you do see that there are there's a couple closets and chests. You do find different weaponry that is of the same material and design as these scarecrows that are being built, and one particular catches your eye as it is this large scythe.
Like a large scythe.
Yeah. Think anime scythe, and you got it.
I go, ooh. And it's made of adamantine, you said? Adamantine and, what was
It
it?
reinforces adamantine.
But there's a scythe downstairs.
No, not anymore. I'm gonna put that in my bag of holding. Carefully. I'm just gonna write anime scythe. And, one of those chassis I saw on a table, right? How much metal is that exactly?
For the amount that's down there, quite a bit.
If I wanted, is there enough for me to grab something to make, say, another a weapon of some sort, if I wanted to melt it down
You
and
could
smith it
probably
later?
melt it down. Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be a very big weapon, but you could.
But it could be very pretty. Yes, I will. I'll take 10 minutes and throw a bunch of stuff in the bag. Just general
Okay.
chunks of metal to melt down. And also run tests on.
While this is happening, Luxbar and Absalon, you guys staying in the house for these 10 minutes, or are you running out?
Oh, we're running. We're running after the
Alright.
swords.
You
You
guys,
guys are so fast. You got so far ahead of me.
burst down the door, open it up. The guard turns around, looking at you. Oh, did you find everything you need? As you guys start running, he starts yelling, asking what's going on.
I'll just
Following
yell
your
back.
stones.
Follow.
Okay, you begin weaving your way through the streets, pushing people out of the way as they are still walking up and down. You find yourself entering into the residential area, which the stones start pulsating more, and they light up brighter as you get closer and closer to this one house in particular. It looks pretty basic. There's no real defining features of this house compared to the other buildings around it.
I bash down the door and enter immediately.
I will
Oh,
follow.
Oh no,
the-
it's the
Oh,
ladies'
yeah.
bathing
King's
house.
Guard or King's Investigators or whatever her name
As
is.
you bash down
This
the...
is the not
As you,
police.
okay, I need your roll strength for me.
Oh, okay.
Both of us.
As you
Or no,
start-
just him. He's
Yep, just
breaking
him.
the door.
18.
I'm behind.
As you
Wimp.
shove your shoulder into this door, even though it opens outwards, the sheer weight of you plus your armor just cracks the door in half. You step in past the threshold. Immediately looking down, you notice 2 runes on the ground light up. Did you make a dexterity saving throw for me?
Ooh. 21.
Just him.
21. How far away are you from him, Luxbar? Were you right behind him?
Larkspur.
Luxbar. Look.
It's like the bird, and then like the thing on a cowboy boot.
I don't think
I
she's
don't-
expecting me to bash down the door.
Well, yeah, I was just wondering
Yeah.
how close you were following him.
Well, I was keeping up with him,
Okay, so I'm
so
gonna.
not too far behind.
I'll say within 5
But-
feet, so I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw for me too.
Okay,
Alright, you
17.
both succeed. As these runes ignite this bright red, as 2 fireballs explode from the ground, and you are going to take.
So
half
glad
as you
I
both
didn't
succeed.
follow.
Gotcha.
All right, just 1 second.
Gotta get out all your d6s.
Yep.
By the way, about how much metal did I grab?
You probably grabbed a good 40 pounds worth.
Good, that'll be great for smithing. As soon as I've got that, I'll just head over. I'll try following them on my broom.
You just have to find the smoldering wreckage of a house.
It's also a 50-foot flying speed, so like it'll be good for me to get there quick. I'll like skateboard style ride it through the crowds, surfing. A
All right,
literal
each of
crowd
you
surfing.
takes
You
34
mean
points.
fairy tale?
Wait, you said
34?
34?
Yep, 34 points of fire damage as these 2 fireballs explode. Pieces of the front of the house shake, and you see stone just splinter off, heading into the street.
Wait, why is your health point so... Oh yeah, you guys are... Never mind. I was like, why are you so weak? Oh my gosh.
I have high AC, but like, yeah. Okay, well, is there any? Can we keep following the light?
Oh. You definitely can. Yeah.
All right. I'm
I'm
more
gonna
careful
be.
now.
Yes.
Actually, just roll perception for me. As like the runes are now just pulsating at this very high frequency.
Oh,
Oh,
All right. Actually, you're sort of like trying to like get the fire off of you as you've just been had this explosion happen to you, patting yourself down.
he deserves that
Looking
after all
around,
those natural
You check
traumas.
outside and you see that there's a couple civilians that like got knocked down. You turn around to go and help them, being the lawful good person you are. That's where you sort of you stay in there, and you notice on the floor, flung against the other side of the wall, is a small little gnome, just singed, and clothing is currently burning,
oh, so he was in the range.
standing there lifeless.
Oh, he's dead.
Wait, you guys killed
Alright.
the guard?
No,
No,
no. This is the gnome.
No. This is the gnome. It was like a suicide bomber situation, I guess.
No, he was just too close.
Yeah, I don't think he was I think he was expecting like a knock at the door and not like a Hulk just like slamming through it and just taking by surprise.
So would this be
Alright,
right
I'm
around
gonna go
the
look at
time
him.
when I like fly by and I'm just like, oh hey, did you get him?
No, you still are. It didn't take them. It took them about 5 minutes
Oh,
to
okay,
get there.
cool.
They were running, so
I'll-
Yeah,
I'll
you're
be
you're
chilling.
still stuffing metal into your bag right now, Prometheus. like, this is totally legitimate. It's not just because I feel like smithing more stuff. It's not for
for
my
all scientific purposes,
scientific purposes, not for
It's not for my addiction.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a rogue. He has to do something.
He's a thief. I'm just commandeering it for the greater good. 40 pounds, like that's actually pretty good, guys. I can make something nifty out of that.
Yeah.
Also, I'm gonna want the
Alright.
stats on the site later on.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go look at the gnome. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna, be
If there are-
careful of like, if there are any more traps, I'm gonna try not to,
Yeah, and I
get
want to
fireballed.
call guards around and just like have them circle the house if I can.
Oh, guards are rushing up and they look at you. They see your insignia and they.
Oh wait, I'm resistant to fire damage. I just realized.
Okay, so you take half of 34 then.
Nice. Okay, cool. I just remembered that. The
He's a
17, right?
dragonborn.
so,
This is true.
17, I think so. Yeah. No, it's not that because of my armor. I have molten bronze plate armor that just melts to my skin and gives me resistance.
What color are you?
I'm copper, but I look like bronze. Everyone thinks I'm bronze.
Alright. So, after you finish helping the people out, you've gathered the guards and they're circling the house now, pushing people away as crowds of people are now starting to move in, wondering what's happening. You make your way back inside. Luxper, what are you doing in there?
Larkspur. I'm looking
I'm
at the
purposely
gnome.
messing it up every time. I hope you realize that.
Okay.
Licklack.
I'm making you question your own name.
I gotta tell you, originally Rosendor was gonna be pronounced Rosander, but then I was like, I'm not gonna say. I don't know you guys, so I'm not gonna say anything about it. And then it just was Rosendor. So
Awkward.
It is what the DM deems it to be.
right. All right. So Larkspur. Larkspur is gonna go look at the gnome and see if there's anything on him or around or anything about the building.
Roll investigation for me.
Okay. 11. Well,
As you go over to the gnome, as it's just laying lifeless, start searching his belongings. You notice there was what remnants of a letter there are, but it's been mostly burnt and no longer legible. You start looking around the house, and pretty basic house from what you see on this floor.
okay. I'm gonna hold on to the letter.
Okay.
Evidence. And you said that there's not really anything else that I notice.
No.
Okay. So I guess then it's probably Absalom to figure stuff out.
My stuff now. My turn.
I assume so. There's
Yeah.
just a long quiet, and I'm like, I think I'm done.
Okay, I'll tell one of the
You are
guards.
there,
to go
right,
fetch-
DM?
Yeah.
I'll tell
Okay,
one of the
good.
guards to go fetch the captain, and then I'll tell another guard to go and fetch Prometheus from the house if he can.
I
Just
should
to see if
be
he's there.
on my way. I mean, calm down, buddy.
And I'll tell him that if you're coming, that like you're on a. Well, I think you've probably been injured.
Yes, badly injured by this little weak gnome. Ah,
Well, he nearly killed us. Like,
Oh, death. Cruel
So,
mistress, gravity.
I'll tell him to go looking for you and kind of give him the description of how he can fly and all that sort of stuff, so he knows what to look for if he's on his way.
Okay.
And then after I get all the guards in order and all that sort of stuff, then I'll head in with Larkspur, and do investigation. Can I roll investigation as well?
Yes, you can.
Two.
Dude, like it's
You deserve
Get more and
this.
walk back outside, I guess.
This is all those nat 20s.
I know, right?
I mean, there's a 2 and a 0 there. You know?
Yeah.
I mean,
As
I
you
rolled
walk in, the smell of burning flesh just hits you. You don't like it. A lot of this room is just starting like charred and cindered. As both of you are sort of just standing there. Both of you roll perception for me.
Okay.
I got a 12.
I got a nat 20. So that's
Okay.
27.
Absalom, you're sort of, you don't see or hear anything. You're sort of just waiting for Prometheus to get here, and you see him off in the distance start walking his way up, or quickly, brisk movement, as the guard is escorting him
I thought he was.
to you guys.
I thought he was flying.
The guard caught him. For all
Okay.
purposes.
Okay, no, that's fine. I understand.
You see him coming. All right, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
And the guard
I'm not
knows. And the guard
I'm not
knows.
criticizing. I'm just
Good. And then
my
Larkspur,
brain to mouth
you
filter.
you still hear the sound of fire smoldering, the talking outside as people are gathering, what's going on. Standing in the house, you hear this faint whisper. Daddy, is that you? You hear the shifting of a wall on one of the upper floors.
D, is that you? Is that what they said?
Daddy.
Daddy, is that you?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Daddy.
I'll be your daddy.
You said we both hear that, or just
Just
me?
you.
Or
Just you.
okay.
Oh, that sounded cute.
I'm gonna motion to Absalom, or is Prometheus there too, or not yet?
I guess he's there at this point.
He's walking up. Yeah.
I'm gonna motion to you guys. It's less you kids and more like neutral.
I'll follow her with my shield raised.
I'm like, hey
Yeah.
guys, so that dwarf, or that little gnome, what a prick. Started casting a spell.
I'm gonna
beat him
put
up pretty
a
good.
mouth or a finger to my mouth, like shh. And I'm gonna wave you guys towards where the noise was coming from.
I'm going to
Does it sound like something was shifting?
I'm going to bring my weapons up at the ready. And I'm gonna
The
look.
next sound is
Do I hear anything?
As coming from upstairs, you hear this the sound of metal that hasn't been oiled, just like that creaking sound happening, and then you hear two very slow footsteps, each one with their sound of metal as it's twisting. You see a shadow emerge on the side of the wall, appearing humanoid, and then you see as the figure twists one of those scarecrows, turn around the corner and look down. This small green eye at the center, looking down and scanning the room. You then hear the voice again, very raspy and animatronic. Daddy, are you okay?
I'm going to go. Oh. Are you Grayson's son, child, daughter thing?
Where's Daddy?
We will tell you where your father is. if you tell us who you are. I'm Prometheus.
And then you hear some of the gears grinding in his mouth. Yes.
Yes.
Daddy? And
No, it
The
means first
Scarecrow
man.
begins. You see him walk down the stairs slowly.
I want to prevent it from
Arms sort of contorting. You want to what?
try and like kind of block its path a little bit and like stay here for right now.
I'm gonna go, I have a suspicion I know how he was created. Apparently Grayson was working on making them sentient, but he also enjoyed caring for orphan children.
We'll have to look into this. We need to, and I want to whisper this to him, apprehend this.
I'll motion to the guards and I'll point at it and then I'll go, so, when was the last time you saw your father?
And you see, like, it's like as if like the voice box on robots like is starting to go out. Daddy, where is Daddy?
Does it look like it has Actually, I probably have no idea where the power core goes, right?
Yeah, you haven't looked at these things at all. You don't know.
I go, can you take us to your father's lab? But
It begins walking down a couple more steps.
I will let it, but I want to keep its view away from the body, if I can.
Okay.
does it look like it has any weapons on it?
Roll perception for me.
Oh,
Kind of dark in here. There's
I have dark.
I'm also gonna roll perception. That's all good.
I'm too occupied with trying to keep its view away from the body.
I don't have a dark vision check. Why did I do that? Gosh dang it.
You said it's dim or it's dark?
it's dim light.
22.
Okay,
It's the light from outside now. Okay.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Negative
As
20.
you're looking it over, you'll see any weapons currently on it. But looking at the arms, you can see strange, almost slits. Like the metal isn't completely one piece, and you see what looks to be a blade. And where its forearm would be, as if it could shift its arm, and the blade could pop out, replacing the hand.
I'm just gonna like talk back to my compatriots, and I'm gonna say, careful, he has weapons.
I'll just nod.
Walking down the stairs more, he turns the stairway and walks over to a door not too far away from it, not going over towards where the gnome currently lay, and see him touch one of the bricks. The door opens up and he begins walking down this dark corridor set of stairs as it's leading down into the basement.
Oh, good dear basement. Will you lead us down? This is your home, after all.
Daddy down here?
Maybe we'll have to check.
Oh, okay.
Is it looking at me or is it not?
No, it's still looking down. You can see its eyes giving off this luminescence where you can see down as it's scanning the room looking for things.
Okay, I want to motion to one of the guards and like point to the body and like either like motion for it to cover or take it away.
He nods. Roll performance for me to see if he understands like what you're trying to do. sitting here doing different hand signals, pointing at the body, and the guy's just like, what?
I'll
Let's see.
walk over to him and just be like, remove or cover the body.
Oh, yes, of course. He goes and grabs another guard, and they walk into the house and start taking care of it.
Perfect. Okay. Then I'll rejoin my compatriots.
All right. As you guys begin descending the stairway, it goes down a good 15, 20 feet before you come to another door. You see the scarecrow lift its hand up again and touch another brick as the door opens. Inside, you see this room full of different varieties of lights and different colors. You see, you don't see torches illuminating the room, but you see strange things of glass. Well, like, as you guys would know as light bulbs, but your characters have no idea what they are.
Stormlight.
Light. Yes, there's gems. Definitely Stormlight. Yep, that's what we're doing here.
Anything
I'm not going.
catch my attention immediately? Like,
At the center of the room, there is this long workman's table. At the center of it sits a larger vial with a familiar-looking black liquid. Several eyes are floating around, looking around as they see the scarecrow walk down. As it's scanning the room, still looking for Grayson. You all hear, you see, as the eyes haven't caught on to you, the liquid start to sort of bubble and boil. The eyes twitching and moving back and forth.
insight check to the vial.
Okay. What are you trying to insight?
I'm trying to see if it's angry or excited or if it wants to join it. Like, I'm trying to see what its intention or emotional state is at seeing the scarecrow.
And I'll hang back towards the entrance or towards the bottom of the stairwell, and like with my shield up still, just
Okay.
like.
Yeah, you're not really able to get
I'm just gonna go.
any clue
"Ah,
as to what's
yes.
going on with it. The scarecrow has stopped and it's just facing towards the vial. It walks forward a little bit and then
And I'll say, stop
turns
right here.
around.
You
They're
know
not
it's
like turning around, but the torso just turns, rotates. Daddy's dead? What happened?
Wait, who said that?
The scarecrow did.
Oh,
Yes, but who told him?
Yeah, did one of our characters say that, or
No,
did
He
she
just
just
turned around.
suddenly know?
He turned around.
With that,
Notice
I'm
the-
going to rush over to where the vial. It's one vial or multiple?
Yep, it's just this one large vial.
And it's stoppered,
Several
right?
vials. It's what?
It's stoppered, like it's closed.
Yes, correct.
I'm going to hurriedly place it in my bag of holding.
Okay.
and I want to ask the robot, who is your daddy? Is he the gnome or is he Grayson?
Who's your daddy?
Grayson.
Somebody hurt Grayson. And yeah.
Where? Was it a person?
We don't know. He was found in a field and we're trying to find who hurt Grayson.
I'll show you.
Oh,
Follow me.
absolutely.
Well, while he follows him, I'm going to look around for any more evidence of creepiness in the room, other than the vials. I found notes, or yeah, I'm gonna be looking for
Alright.
notes or like maybe secret stash wall things.
All right. As you, yeah, nice. Like that's a good roll. As you begin finding what languages do you speak?
I speak common, goblin, dwarf, and thieves' cant,
Okay. As
and
you
apparently
begin
gnome. But
looking around, you find lots of just different ledgers concerning the lighting and schematics for how it's making that work. But as you begin digging deeper and looking through the room, you find a small chest, which you're able to. It's not locked. You're able to open it up, and you find all these other different notes. They're all written. It looks as if like they're scribbled, and different weird symbols are put in, and you're not able to make out what it is or what type of language it may be. But there's pages upon pages upon pages of it
I
throughout
take it.
this.
Goes in the back. How small a chest is this?
It's just it's a pretty small chest, probably 1.5 feet.
So I'd be able to shove it
Long.
into the bag of holding.
Oh, you could definitely do that.
And I do that. I take the chest because I know for a fact that Nora can most likely help out with this. Is there anything else I find in here? This seems useful.
I mean, besides that's about it.
Anything of monetary value?
There's some more of the metals around.
I will take more of the metals.
Okay.
About how many
Probably
pounds
another-
of metal does it look like?
Another 10 pounds of it.
Okay, I take the 10 pounds. He's dead. He can't use it anymore. And then I guess I follow everyone back up, see if I can catch up to the robot boy leading us to the death of his father.
Not really walking very fast, but making his way out. As he makes his way out, the crowd lets out a scream, seeing that a scarecrow is walking. A lot of the guards put their hands on their weapons, not sure what's going on.
I say,
Um,
everyone, it's all right. This is Grayson's child. Everyone calm and return to your homes.
Peter.
Is-
I am Peter.
Ah, yes, this is Peter.
Teacher?
Peter's going to help us right now. And I will look at the guard with the highest rank insignia that I can see nearby, and I say, clear the streets.
He nods his head without a question, starts shouting at everybody, telling them to get back into their homes. People are flicking out in confusion, and guards start marching people back into their home.
Has the captain come at this point?
You guys were about a 10-15 minute walk, and as you don't see him right now, but at this point, our other two friends, Slingshot and Nora.
Norgobel.
You're talking to me?
Yeah. You guys, I'm assuming, went back to the captain's quarters.
Yeah, we talked to some kids and then we went back.
Okay. You talked
Fall out
to
of my chair.
what kids did you talk to?
We were looking for street urchins who might have known the dead kids.
Roll perception for me.
Okay. 22, natural 20.
Yeah, as you're looking around for those kids, you notice they really haven't left the area. They're still sort of walking around looking for easy targets to pickpocket.
Okay.
And once they get something, they head back into that same alleyway. Yeah.
I'm gonna go intercept some of the kids before they go in the little alleyway.
Okay. As you
I want to
head up
bust
them,
the whole
they
operation.
see you and they sort of drop the vegetables that they had and look towards each other and shout, "Run!" and start.
No, wait, I'm not here about that.
They turn around.
I'm here about something else.
You notice one little boy just walks over and grabs the fruit again.
The kids gotta eat. No, I need to talk to you about something else. A lot more important than fruit.
Okay.
We're here investigating the the deaths that have happened recently. I know 2 of them were kids. Did any of you know them?
They look at each other, not saying anything.
If you knew them, I just need to know a little about them. We don't know anything about them. And in order to find out what's going on and make sure it doesn't happen again, we need to know.
Looks over to the other little boy. Do you think you'll get mad at us if we talk to them? I don't know. What should we do?
I won't tell anyone who told me.
You know, so look around, like all around the ceiling, and something that we something. It was something. Yeah, something. Yeah.
What's something?
They walk closer to you. These kids are probably like waist high to you, and they motion for you to lean down.
I do. I get down on the level.
As the one kid still looking around, the other one looks sort of behind you. The shadow.
Slingshot's prepared for any.
The shadow that's been following me. What about it?
It's here. It's mad.
Did it-
And
did
one
it-
of the boys
Did it follow them too?
running. He just starts running.
Perception check, please, if I may.
Yes, sir.
I look around for the shadow since the kids ran off.
What is this?
All right. As you hear them say that, you immediately turn around. You see that shadowy figure behind you. As soon as you make eye contact with it, it fades into the ground and
Nope,
heads up
I
onto the
cast
side of
Hold
the wall.
Monster. I was waiting for this.
I looked around, but I didn't see it.
I was waiting for
So
this
it still
dark
has no
thing.
effect on death.
Since some of those kids ran off, I was going to give them some money.
Alrighty. Wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
All right. Let me
DC
pull that.
19.
Yes, let's catch this, whatever it is.
I'm be honest, guys. I don't think this is gonna be a one shot.
Yeah, sorry. I thought it was going to be, but you know what? I like it. It's fine.
Oh no, it's
Fine.
I like it as well. I'm just
I
saying
think
we
we've gotten
That's
pretty good
we might need
progress on
to
it, though.
wrap up a little bit
15.
soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's getting late for you.
Yippers. All right. It's a 15. So as it begins slinking down, trying to head onto the wall, it freezes, unable to move. You see an eye appear at the center as it is shifting around, struggling, being frightened at what's actually happening.
I level my crossbow at it, which is not loaded, by the way.
Can I see?
Crossbow at the thing and intimidate it and say, "What are you?"
Roll intimidation for me.
Check intimidation. 15.
All you hear, just inside your head, is this high-pitched screaming.
Oh
No
my.
words, just screaming.
I feel like I missed something. Who are you talking to?
Do you have like?
He's talking
Mike,
to the shadow.
Do you
All right. So
do
you're
you have
not
anything we
talking
could
to
put
the
it
shadow.
in? Oh, I reach out to grab it with my grapple tattoo. What's it called? I want to see if I can grab it with my little inky tendril. What's it called? Coiling grasp. Yeah.
How long does that last? 10 rounds. Okay. Does it, at the end of its turn, it can make a wisdom saving throw. Alright. Alright, nope, doesn't succeed that one. What are you trying to do to it?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to keep it from getting away in case it gets out of his spell or anything. Out of her spell. I don't know how long that spell lasts. Also.
So as
Yeah, I'm just grabbing it so it can't get away.
as you go to grab it, you see that its figure just distorts around your hand, not allowing you to grab onto anything.
Alright. Keep holding that. Do you have like a jar or a bottle or anything I could try to scoop it up in?
Am I
Not
with
that
this
would hold
group?
this.
Me
No,
either.
I don't believe you are.
I was gonna say, because if I would
Yeah,
have,
not with
I would
us.
have just pulled out the jar with weird shadowy liquid in it already.
Yeah, you're not with us. This is before you meet back up with us.
You
Alright,
chose.
What have I got? What have I got?
19. All right, doesn't make it again. As you see it struggling, you see the eye begin to vibrate.
Uh-oh.
Screaming. You hear the screaming now too, Nora. As it's just this high pitched,
Ah!
almost like more like a ringing.
I can't like move it around necessarily.
Yeah, let's see, what have I got?
Wait.
I've got my bag of holding, well, pocket of holding, in my satchel. Should I try to scoop it up?
You can't.
Or should we
touch
try to
it.
kill it? Or should I try to kill it? I could blast it.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Let's see. Monster.
I'm giving you a timer. What are you doing?
Oh
I'm
no!
about to make the next roll.
Ringshot, should I blast him?
I'm gonna take the screaming as. It's definitely not trying to communicate. Or
I don't think we're gonna get anything out of it. I am shooting it with my Scorching Ray Circlet.
All right.
Which, yes, hang on. I remember how to make an attack with that.
You have advantage because it's an attack roll.
Kablamo! Dang it. I named it. I named it, okay? I'm not just making stuff up. Is that how I spelled it? That's how I spelled it. Kablamo. Why didn't it work?
It worked for me.
Let's try attack.
Attack!
Just do attack and then it'll bring up your options.
Looks like you
Where's
don't have that.
Kablamo?
Oh wait, no, that's spells. Sorry, that's your spell book.
Do
Yeah, I
spell
do.
book.
Yeah, spellbook.
Oh, because it's...
Yeah,
because-
because it's a.
One word.
Is it... Do. I'm so confused.
Ray.
How do I do this? I thought I could name it and use its name.
So do spellbook, all one word.
I cast Scorching Ray!
All right.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay. That's
I don't know
it.
how to give it advantage.
You need to go ahead and roll 2 more d20s because that only did 1 ray. Because technically it does 3.
It does 3?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sweet. So, what?
Just roll a d20.
So just roll a
and then
d20
3d6.
and then add 4.
Yeah. So 4 on top of that. And then 4 on top of that. So DM, do those hit?
Yes.
Yeah.
13, 17, 17.
I just blast him.
All right.
Whatever it is.
As you shoot out the 3 rays
Melanie.
that hit it, the screeching sound in your head goes down to this like low growl. It is going. That's a natural 20. As
Oh no!
you can feel it struggling to get out of your spell, Ling, and after the 3 scorches hit, you notice that it just wiggles out of it, slips down underneath the building, and disappears away from you.
I will,
Okay.
because I don't. All I know is this thing went down, right?
Yes.
So I'm going to cast Levitate on Nora And
Wait, I have boots of levitation.
Oh,
Levitation. By the way, levitation, like,
I know that spell.
yeah, you gotta have movement that you can't. Okay. Sorry, I was just looking at it. So my
No,
brain's like,
casting
I have
it
boots
on-
of levitation.
Okay, well,
I can
I'm
just
gonna
float.
cast it on myself then.
Oh,
No,
God.
wait, I have boots. We both
We
have.
both have boots of levitation!
No, my boots are boots of. Mine are winged boots.
Oh, mine are just levitating.
So I'm just gonna go up, like away from the ground.
Okay.
But I'm gonna keep my
I draw my
crossbow
hammer.
pointed that away.
I drew my hammer. I'm not floating just yet. I just drew my hammer.
Right.
And I'm looking around for this thing.
Several moments pass. Nothing happens before you hear the sound of children screaming. Anyway,
No! I run down the alleyway.
start dashing down the alleyway.
Up!
Following the sound of the screaming, you turn the corner to see one child laying down on the ground, lifeless.
No!
Flash across his chest. As you do, you also notice this other child who's just constantly screaming as this black creature is enveloping him, and it seems to somehow drag him into the shadows. And
No,
disappear.
no, 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 no,
And that's what
no!
we're gonna end for tonight.
No!
That's where we're ending.
Ah! No! I like this. Well, we'll begin next session with Nora in a panic trying to save the children.
You killed these children with your questions.
Yeah, that's why I've got to save them!
ugh.
If I
So
If I
upset.
could see that child being taken in, I would have taken a shot.
What?
I mean, you didn't say that you were following.
I was there.
Yeah, that was.
I am
just,
cursed.
oh,
No, no.
just Laura.
It depends on how high I went. That's what I
You
was
also
wondering.
didn't state that either. So
Yeah. I didn't.
I would cast Aura of Vitality to try and save this poor child. He's probably dead, but I have to cry.
I'm just glad that the whole monster worked.
Now I'm stress eating my popcorn.
yeah. Well, thank you, everyone. This was fun.
Yeah, that was
Thank
great.
you. Yes,
That's
this is very good.
This was good.
Okay, are we trying for Frostmaven this weekend?
What? So you were saying, Mark, that you said, do you think this week would